darkest when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the Can we bring to fall the giants? 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 We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last.
Beyond the landslide streams, I hear the call of riches. Word of waters blessed our nature, granting power of God's still men. Under the desert sun is my garden. I walk the lands that death cannot conquer. Through the unforgiven worlds, the battle lays in wait, seeking the way that leads me to the power of the edge. The edge. I'm living and dying 1,000 lives. It's taking its toll on me this time. The edge gives not, so why should I? 'Cause I breathe the air of the immortal. I breathe the true invincible. The edge is my destiny. So far from home I'm breathing. I've seen the fall of friends.
All right, welcome to another amazing TCL matchup. I'm Droid and I got Blud with me here today. Blud, what do you think about this matchup between the two last undefeated teams in our league?
I think it'll be really exciting today. I'm curious to see how this one pans out. I think we'll have a good series here tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Both teams kind of playing sort of the same exact style where they just kind of play scaling mages in the mid lane and have their mid laner deal the damage for the team.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll definitely have to be watching the mid lane a lot here. I think Control and Abarn will probably be pretty respectful of each other, and we might not see too many solo kills, but I think we'll see a lot of jungle pressure around the mid lane, so it'll definitely be the spot to watch in these games.
Yeah, that kind of brings up an interesting point. We do have Titanium Skull for Team Control, not traditionally really a jungle main, kind of a jungle secondary, and then Rook Stout on Abarn's team, really having a big experience advantage in the jungle.
Yeah, for sure. And we've also seen, I don't think we've seen a whole lot of T-Skull going mid lane a whole lot for control, whereas we've seen Rooks out sitting mid a lot for Abarn. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that trend continue. And I don't know, that may be the edge where Rook Stout keeps control out and T-Skull doesn't help enough in the mid lane. We'll have to see. What do you think about these other matchups, though, between the top and the bot lane?
Yeah. The matchup I'm really looking at is bot lane. We kind of got a big advantage for Team Control on that side. We've got Monkey sitting over here in Diamond 1, and we've got Doomed Mandigo sitting over there in Silver 4. So they're definitely going to have to play safe, scale up, and work together as a team, and in order to overcome that.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing in the bot lane is going to be the combination of Dude Mandingo's ability to play defensive, which he's shown he can do pretty well in his Soraka picks,
Yeah, agreed.
and the ability of Monkey to play aggressive into picks like that, which I think Monkey can do, but it's going to have to, fall on his shoulders a little bit to step up and be aggressive in this bot lane.
For sure. Will be interesting to see if Monkey can bring his experience into other parts of the game, like warding, catching people out, that sort of thing, and if that's going to come into play at all. Well, we're right here into Champions Select now. I'm expecting TSS3 to target maybe T-Skull's small pool. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd expect to see at least a couple bans off of maybe a T-Skull ban. I'd expect to see some from Monkey here. Probably some of the more
There we
aggressive
go,
support.
straight at T-Skull right away. They want him on a tank, not something that can disrupt the whole back line.
Right. I think from Control's team on the flip side, I don't know that we'll see many mid lane bans in either direction, because I don't know that Abarn and Control are really afraid of each other. Kha'Zix's ban is kind of interesting. I don't think we've seen
Rookstout does play Kha'Zix. I haven't seen him play it in like a tournament organized play sort of way, but he solo queues it for sure.
Right. I'm not surprised to see the Shen ban. That's
Right.
been
Mr. Irrelevant
actually-
has been very relevant on the
Yeah.
Shen pick.
Yeah, we actually have seen some Hippogriff Shen as well, so maybe in the next match coming up, we'll see a Shen ban in the other way. And of course, there is the Fiora ban going towards Hippogriff, probably his most aggressive playmaking champion that he can play. And of course, we see the Cait ban as we see in every game.
Yeah. You don't want to play against Caitlyn. It's just not fun.
Right. Have the Ashe first pick for Chaos Storm. That's pretty standard for them. I think we've seen a fair amount of Ashe from him. I think Abarn's team probably picks jungle and possibly support here. Yeah, there's the Morgana.
Support. They
And I
don't want to
wouldn't
play
be
against
surprised.
Ashe Morgana. That's going to be an unfun
Yeah.
lane.
There's the Sejuani. I would not be surprised to see that get locked in. That is a take from
That's an
T-Skull.
interesting, maybe even a little bit risky lock-in, because Titanium Skull has played the Trundle pretty successfully against a couple other people on the Sejuani, so it'll be interesting if he just insta-locks that here.
Yeah, I think maybe they're looking for the ult engage combined with the Morgana Q potential.
For sure. Yep,
pick.
there's the Trundle lock-in.
That's as expected.
And then
And
Monkey
there's
on
Karma.
arguably his best champ there.
Yeah, Karma for Monkey. I
Probably
like
just
this bot
want-
lane.
Yeah, they probably just wanted to hold on to top and mid picks till second phase. It's not like Monkey was going to get banned out or anything.
Right. I like the Ashe Karma from Chaos and Monkey. I think that'll be the good aggressive lane that they need to have. They can get picks with the Ashe ulti if needed. They can poke him down out of lane, play aggressive, push him into tower. See a Jhin here from Luciv. So the Jhin Morgana is a bit of a defensive lane, kind of like I was saying. I think Dude Mendigo is going to be playing pretty defensive on this Morgana here, so we'll probably see Chaos Storm and Monkey pushed in a whole lot this lane.
So do we see the mid lane bans now?
Renekton ban. I don't know that I've seen Pokemon Panda play much Renekton. I'm a little surprised by that. I think Abarn's strategy is probably going to be to throw 2 more bans onto Tokimon Panda, make him as uncomfortable as possible. Now, Control's team could do the same thing for Hippogriff. Hippogriff, if they were to ban, no, they're going to go ahead and ban out Abarn's Rise. And actually, if that's their strategy, they may actually ban out Azir as well, possibly take out some of the safe picks for Abarn, make him play something that will get him out from underneath his tower against Control. Do see the LeBlanc coming in for Control, or Ban coming in for Control, which is not surprising. Control's most played champ, as well as a very strong aggressive champ for him, and there's of course the Azir ban. So I think that is Control strategy here. I think he wants to make Abarn play something a little less defensive. Really, the only defensive pick for Abarn left right now is the Orianna. Yeah, I think that's probably what they'll lock in here.
Sedge Orianna. I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, and Morgana too. pretty standard here for the TCL league. I think we'll see. I'm not sure what we'll see from Control here, because Control is also an Orianna player, and his LeBlanc is gone. I would like to see him on something aggressive that can push, and Victor can do that. Maybe not the most aggressive in lane, but I'm curious to see if we can see some Victor pushing and then roaming to these side lanes, because Control has been pretty solid in his roams in some of these previous games. We have the top lane pick left for Tokimon Panda. Not surprised to see the Ornn there. I believe he's played that in a couple of games prior as well. And then we'll also see the top lane from Hippogriff here, which Hippogriff with Shen and Fiora banned. I don't know that I've seen Hippogriff play set yet. It may have been something that he has been practicing up until this point. But yeah, we'll see the set and the Ornn matchup in the top lane. So overall, in these team comps, we've got pretty standard stuff coming out of Abarn's team, stuff we've seen from them before.
Yeah, kind of the same sort of thing. Just give something around your mid laner, a strong front line, and let this Orianna put the ball on Sejuani and let her go in and make stuff happen.
Yeah, for sure. I think overall we've seen very comfortable champions for pretty much every player on both sides here. I would have to say that I think that Control's team probably has the edge a little bit in draft, just with their ability to have a double front line and also take out one of the front line, probably the Sedge with the Trundle, and then Control's Victor late game is just going to be tearing through everyone. So I like Control's draft here. Abarn's draft is solid too. Their biggest thing is they're going to need to be getting either picks between Morgana, Jhin, and Sejuani, or they're going to be need to get some major AoE in the team fights between Sedge, Set, and Orianna. But if things do go the way they want them to, they could pull off some big wombo combos in the team fights and get the edge. But I think if team fights go pretty standardly, then Control's team will have the edge between the Victor and the Ashe damage in the late game.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we didn't see TSS3 go to a tank for that last pick in the top lane, just to kind of bring some of the pressure off the Sejuani. But I guess Hippogriff is just more practiced and comfortable on the set.
Yeah, and I think it'll be, even if Set is not his most comfortable champion, I think into an Ornn it's a fairly comfortable matchup. Ornn doesn't really pressure in the same kind of way that some do. So I think we'll see Hippogriff coming out of lane probably both of them coming out of lane pretty strong from the top lane. So, but with that being said, I do think that the Ornn will probably bring a little more for Control's team comp than I think that Set will bring for Abarn's team comp. Both are very solid frontliners, and both can do their jobs very well, but I think that
Ornn can knock up the whole team.
Yeah, the very strong tank in the front line with the CC protecting the Victor and the Ashe is going to be a really solid pick for them.
Not to mention, coming later in this game, you're going to have some like 5K worth of free items coming from this Ornn.
Yes, of course, of course. It'll be scary to see. I'd imagine we'll see a
Victor with an upgraded death cap. That is not
yes.
something
That's
that I
that's
want to
what I
play
was
against
gonna say.
personally.
Right. Yeah, that'll be pretty scary seeing a Victor coming out with 1,000 some AP.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty disgusting.
Yeah, we might see Morgana getting one shot in the late game here.
Oh
It'll be
boy.
a
Yeah.
little scary.
You don't want to get caught and picked off when you're looking to go get picks or get vision, because you'll
Yeah.
definitely get one shot as a Morgana by a mid to late
Yeah.
game Victor.
And Dumandingo is going to have to be very ready with those spell shields with this Ash ulti coming out, because if anyone gets picked with an Ash ult without that spell shield going down, they will just get one shot by the Victor.
Yeah, agreed.
So it'll be. I think we've got solid drafts though from both teams, so I think this will be an exciting game. I wouldn't say that either team has really gotten a massive lead in the draft here.
Right, right. So if you had to call game one, you're calling the winner. You're putting your money, your pretend money down, because you don't break any rules here.
Right. We're not betting.
Which team?
I'd have to. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I'd have to give a slight edge to Control's team here, barring some either bad early game or some mispositioning in team fights against the AoE. I think that they have the stronger team going into the late game, and I think that that's what these teams will probably see is a lot of late game, getting late into late game in all three of these games, or two, I should say. I think it'll be a 3-game series though.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think after seeing the draft, like the just the late game, both these teams kind of play towards late game. The late game is just better, I think, on Control side.
Yeah. So we're getting into game here. I would have to say I don't think we'll see any invades from either team. If anyone, we may see from A-Barns with those Morgana binds, but I think we'll probably see just a fanning out 5-point from both teams, which is looks like what they're getting ready to do here.
Interesting. You did not see Rook Stout alter his runes to the common fleet footwork when playing against a Trundle.
Yeah,
Still
he did
taking
go
the
ahead and take
aftershock.
Yeah, for sure. It's like everything else is pretty standard though for runes between champions. A-Barn getting a little bit of poke onto Tokimon Panda there, but that's not really going to do anything. Stopwatches from both supports here in the bot lane. Dumandingo has actually taken a little bit of poke as well. I wonder if that was from Monkey there, if Monkey managed to get himself gold already. Yeah,
he did. 15 gold. Look at that, making money.
Yeah, already got the edge going towards the Controls team with a 15 gold lead.
Wow,
Not
so
15.
actually both junglers starting topside. This is not something we've seen much of in TCL. We've seen just the very standard bottom leash into topside, into level 3 top, seeing what's happening.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder if that means that they're both going to be looking towards bot lane for their first gank.
Both bot
be
lanes
interesting.
faking the leash as well.
Yeah, I see that. Which I would be a little surprised. I do still think that Chaos and Monkey will be shoving their lane in, so I'd be a little surprised to see an early bot lane gank from T-Skull. T-Skull is actually going ahead and also taking a Gromp already. He may be doing a full clear, whereas Rook has gone ahead and gone straight buff to buff. I wonder if we'll see a level 2 gank coming in from here bot lane, or if he will go ahead and take that third camp for level 3. But either way, I think he's looking to get aggressive on this bot lane very early on, which I think is the right decision, because Monkey and Chaos have gotten a level 2 lead. He actually is going to be spotted out here, though, by the hog shot. But he is taking that Grump. Trundle is doing an almost full clear, escaping the chickens, which is a pretty hard camp for Trundle to take early on.
Yeah, especially starting with the machete. You're not going to want to take that.
Yeah, for sure. Although, despite being seen by this hawk shot in the bot lane here, Rook is still going down for that gank down there, getting a little bit of a trade from Griffin taking on Panda. Rook is now in for the gank here. He's on Chaos Storm and he gets the stun. Chaos Storm has used his cleanse and actually has to
had to
flash the
flash
Morgana Bind as well. T-Skull showed up. T-Skull is actually flashed in and pillared. Luciv
with the
going for the
flash.
flash in with the fourth shot and the Q. Dude Mandingo is getting pretty low here as well. Rook is still taking this fight. Monkey goes down as well. T-Skull's gonna pick up Luciv in return, but in the end, that's gonna be huge for Abrams' team here. Luciv getting a kill, and then both junglers getting a kill. That'll actually be a very big lead coming in for Abrams' team, because on top of that, Luciv is going to be coming back to a wave in addition to having gotten himself a kill.
Yeah,
I see a little bit
Monkey
of
did not flash out there. I'm not sure if he just thought he wouldn't get away with the flash. Or...
I don't think he would have gotten away. He and Jin were neck and neck, and despite Jin already having burned his flash, I believe he would have still been in his auto attack range.
Right,
But-
yes, because Luciv flashed forward.
Right. But yeah, that's a pretty big lead here in the bot lane for Ashe only having boots against Jin's pickaxe. That is.
Yeah, that's gonna feel bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, he's down a little bit of farm. I'm not sure which way the bot lane is pushing. T-Skull, despite that early fight not going the best. Ooh, we got a very low champions in the top lane here. Hippogriff flashes in for Pokemon Panda. However, Hippogriff is just going to die here because T-Skull is going to show up. T-Skull has no flash, but I don't see Hippogriff getting out of this. His W will probably be up, but no, it's not going to matter. T-Skull is just going to go ahead and pick himself up another kill, which I was about to say, T-Skull really came out on top of Rook with that bot lane, because he was healthy enough. Not only he got himself a kill off of Luciv,
Yeah, he was healthy enough to go to Scuttle.
Yeah, he got both the Scuttles, and now has picked himself up another kill in the top lane. So a good bot lane lead for Abrams' team here, but T-Skull is looking very strong right now, and he's got the counter pick into the sedge. So if T-Skull can continue to make these aggressive plays on Trundle, we may see a bit of a lead come out from that. CS across the board is fairly even. T-Skull still does have a
really
lead
even
off
except for on the Ashe there.
Yeah, T-Skull's gotten a bit of a lead from the two Scuttles that he got, and then Ashe has fallen a little bit behind from that early
Both these
gank
guys
coming
just
in.
teleported in. They're sitting at half health again.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
top lane
spicy
is
top lane.
Yeah, this top lane's very aggressive. Actually, Hippogriff is getting. If his
Might have
W
been
was
able to go
up
for a
there,
kill there.
yeah, I don't know if his W was up or not. Actually, Rook has come down again in the bot lane here. Looks like they're not going to get anything this time, but he is possibly just going to be ganking bot lane on repeat here, which
Setting
I
up a
think could
tent down
be,
here.
yeah, it could be a good strategy for them considering they've already gotten that early lead. They're starting the dragon. Hippogriff getting very aggressive in top lane there.
I think he had W up. He was dying.
Yeah, for sure. Which Pokemon Panda, if he wanted to go in with his ult here, could possibly kill him. Looks like T-Skull came around and spotted Rook and Dude Mandingo on the drag, and they're going to have to back off from that. T-Skull is almost completed jungle item. Monkey's getting a little aggressive with
Yeah,
trade.
Monkey realizing that enemy support isn't there, just taking that opportunity to poke Jin out of lane, basically.
Yeah, and those are the aggressive plays that Monkey needs to be making in this lane, especially with that early deficit. Now, Luciv still has pretty decent farm lead, and it's only going to be growing at this point with this extra wave coming in, as long as he's not getting poked out by Monkey and Chaos. Dumendingo will be back now to help protect him from that. T-Skull's actually going to go ahead and pick himself up the third Scuttle of the game. It is now 3 Scuttles to 0.
They have
against
pressure for
Rook.
this drag, too. I wonder if they'll start it up.
Yeah, they do, and they don't really have vision on the side of Abrams' team here. They have a pink in the try there. That other word is on the outside. I think
Okay, we'll
Dumendingo
spot it
sniffs it out, but it's going to
Too
be a
late.
little too late. Yeah, T-Skull's going to go ahead and pick up this first drag. It's a good play from Team Control there. Monkey's actually getting really aggressive on Luciv here. He dodges the Morgana bind. Luciv still doesn't have flash up. Luciv is probably going to go down here. They try and return on Monkey, quickly ignite down. Oh, Monkey takes the Morgana Q, but he still is safe. I'm surprised we saw a cleanse there
Yeah,
from
Chaos
Chaos
cleansing
Storm.
nothing there. Maybe
Yeah,
possibly
maybe.
automatically thought that Morgana binding was coming at him, anticipating
Yeah,
it.
probably. That's a good play though from Monkey, and especially knowing that Dude Mandingo came around the top to check, and then seeing Luciv pushed up like that is good on him to see that they can get down on Luciv there and have his flash down.
Yeah, if that kill could have been donated over to the Ashe, we'd be looking at a relatively easy bot lane, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I almost wonder if Monkey maybe wants to take it for himself because he's getting a lot more of this poke down onto the bot lane than the Ashe is. But yeah, we've also got in the bot lane now have a Berserker Greaves and Longsword versus BF Sword and Pickaxe. So should there be 500 gold lead, should there be any kind of trading in the bot lane in a straight 2v2 rather than Lucif being caught forward a little bit, it'll definitely go in Aberrant's team's favor. Apart from that, gold gold is fairly even. T-Skull has a slight edge on Rook there of about 200 to 300.
Yeah, both supports near mid here as well. See if we can get something to happen. Nope, just
and
bot lane.
While both supports have roamed up, this wave is still in Jin's favor. So he's got almost 20 CS lead at this point. Ashe kind of had to back off because she knows she can't trade with Jin should he come up. It's like junglers will be hanging around topside there. Actually, in the mid lane, we've got a good flash from Control there to avoid the ult coming in from A-Bar. T-Skull has showed back up to help defend Control from that gank. We're not going to see any kills come out, but both a flash from Rook as well as Control.
Close with that E.
Yeah, A-Barn is
a little too close, stepping up to
feeling the damage of the victory. So despite that gank coming in and burning Control's flash, Control actually gets advantage in the trade there. Sedge was not 6 yet. I imagine he flashed and queued onto
he
Control
flashed
there.
away, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rook has showed up here to help defend in the bot lane. Some of the Jhin ult's missing there. Rook does have ult now, but the last one lands on Chaos Storm. Yeah, that was a good chunk of damage. Rook is there to help support in the bot lane, but nothing coming out in terms of kills. T-Skull in the meantime, Pokemon Panda has ulted. He doesn't seem to realize that maybe his team is not supporting him in this. They're taking the Herald. He may still get out here. Yeah, he just barely gets out. I think Pokemon may have thought that T-Skull was going to come up and help him there, but T-Skull was still taking the Herald at that point, which got another fight in the mid lane here. The ult comes down from Rook onto Control, but Rook is just a little too far behind here, and Control just blows him up.
Yeah, that wasn't even the Trundle ult. They didn't have the Trundle ult available. He just blew up.
Down. Oh, Abraham with a very aggressive play onto Control here. He lands the ult. Oh! He lands the ulti and then still manages to pick him up, knowing the Control's flash is down and his cleanse is down from the Sedge ulti. That's a very good play from Abarn.
Yeah, the flash looked a little bit troll with him flashing and missing his Q, but he still had the damage, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's going to be huge for Abarn in the mid lane there because he'd already fallen behind a tiny bit in farm, but it also missed a plate in the mid lane. Now he gets to come back and have that.
Yeah, and now we've got Abarn picking up a kill, and that can kill onto the Sejuani. He didn't go on to the Victor, so a little advantage there for Abarn.
Yeah, a little advantage for Abarn, and on top of that, this third kill going over to T-Skull, it's good for him to have a bit of an advantage in the early game, but they're going to need
He's going to have to start donating these kills. He can only get so thick.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to need some of these kills going on to the carries at this point, because he is strong, and he is keeping a bit of a lead on Rook. He got another Scuttle and picked up the Herald, but at this point, they really need some damage coming out from the Victor and the Ashe if they can get it. We also are seeing the CS gap. T-Skull's going on a Rook here. Looks like they're looking to contest this Dragon. Vision is a little sparse from Control's team here. They've only got that pink. Yeah, they've only got that pink right there, so I don't know if they've seen the other team show up. They go ahead and drop the Herald here, but Abraham's team is going to have to back off from this. Good poke coming down from Monkey and Chaos, and they're going to chase him off of this Dragon. Actually have a kill in the top lane coming in solo from
they're going to re-engage, yep.
They're going in on the Trundle with these long-range ultis. If he can land, the fourth shot misses. They get a Aron ulti onto...
the flash forward again from Lucid.
The flash fourth shot from Lucid finishing off Control after the Aron damage. They do finish off Rook on that Sedge. Both stopwatches coming in from
super
support
late
there. Yeah, late teleport. He was in the middle of a fight and did get himself a solo kill and plates in the top lane. But the teleport comes in too late. Maybe it's just saving Abarn. I mean, Abarn left at 50 HP at that point.
Yeah.
But like I was going to say before all of that started happening, the CS gap has increased in the bot lane, although Ashe is catching some of that back up. But in comparison to that, in the top lane, Hippogriff has now managed to get himself a 30 CS lane and gets a solo kill and has now gotten 4 plates off of Pokemon Panda.
Yeah,
So
got those 4 plates kind of just before these plates are about to drop off here, and yeah, he should be fairly ahead. Yeah,
he's
over
about
1,000.
Oh man, 1,200 up. We've got actually kind of the same for T-School though, 1,200 up in favor of T-School. Mid lane's very even, and then
Mid
Jin
lane's
is still
super
ahead.
even.
Jin's still ahead about 500, but Ashe did just pick up a couple kills from that fight, which will be huge for her. Actually, Monkey roaming onto Abarn in the mid lane. Doesn't actually get a kill, does get the cleanse. Brook and Mandingo has showed up to support. Pokemon Panda actually has roamed down to mid as well.
Yeah, he's here, but he doesn't have his ult, so I don't think anything's happening.
Yeah, doesn't have anything to do top lane in the meantime, but doesn't really have anything to do mid lane either, so he's just kind of in an uncomfortable position right now where he wants to be doing something, but he can't because he cannot come up to that set anymore because of that massive lead, and set has now finished the board, which, just a note for people that may want to know in the top lane matchup, if you're going against a board champion these days, you usually want to go Ninja Toppies directly into Bramblebest. And so Ornn going for that Sunfire first means that Set is going to be burning right through him.
Yep.
And he's got a sustain.
You gotta have something to cut that healing in League of Legends 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we have the ult coming in the bot lane. Chaos Storm does use the cleanse. The ult for the
Morgana Q just missing there. Pixels off.
Jin comes in and hits a few. Abarn has showed up, does not know he's standing on ward, but Control is also
right behind him.
This is a 4v3. I think, yeah, Trundle went ahead and went on Hippogriff here. Abarn looking very aggressively for this play. I don't think Abarn's team has seen Control yet. I don't think they know he's there. So if they can get this re-engage with a surprise from Control, Control's actually going to come in here, E the back line in order to burn through that wave, and he actually catches Mandingo on the wave. Mandingo's going to go down to a tower shot. Rook on the flip side, I didn't see if he either the Ashe ult is going to miss. I didn't see if he's going to got caught in between the wave or if he just didn't know Control had showed up there. But
I think at that point, Abarn's team had they just pushed up too far forward. The wave died and they had nowhere to go. They're being Ashe slowed. Just ended up.
Yeah, that is.
It was a good aggressive play to start with. They just took too long to do it, and meanwhile their top laner died as well to a gank. So.
Yeah, and I mean, they needed to know at that point that T-Skull was, or excuse me, Control was going to be showing up there. I mean, he had been missing from the mid lane that whole time, but they just stuck around way too long, let Control show up. Control had a good play there, burning through the back line of the wave with his E. He could have just dropped the E onto a couple of the frontline characters, but he burns through the wave so that the turret will start targeting one of the champions in the front. Target starts targeting Mandingo.
How about this? Hippogriff gets 4 plates, was up 1,000 gold, and they take his turret first.
Yeah, for sure. He still is up a bit in gold, but Pokemon Panda, I believe, yeah, Pokemon Panda got the kill on Hippogriff there, which is huge for them. He does pick up a Bramblebest, which will be very helpful. Which he can trade a little bit back. He needs to not be taking these extended trades because that's where the fork is going to be beating him in the long haul.
Yeah, another thing to note about the future of this game is Team Control did take the first 2 dragons. They pushed them off that second one, and we do have an Ocean Soul. And they have 2 tanks and a Karma. Like, Ocean Soul is going to be huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Ocean Drake is going to be coming up in the next minute or so here.
27 seconds.
Yeah, and if... oh yeah, I see in the top left there. If Control's team can take that, they will be threatening in about 25 minutes.
That is not a position you want to be in.
No, absolutely not. Abarn's team really needs this dragon, and I think on top of that, Hippogriff does not have TP up for this. It looks like it'll be maybe about 30 seconds out. So if Pokemon Panda can actually TP down for this...
So they're going to try and engage on this Ashe to get a pick before this dragon.
Hippogriff knows his TP is down and sees that he needs this drag. He's gone ahead and run down. He's actually going to run into Control in the mid lane here. Control is actually
doing a
burning
ton
right
of
through him
damage
there.
to him.
Hypocriff forced to flash out, excuse me.
Yeah, he's completely out of the fight now.
Oh, Control gets engaged on though. He burned. Oh man, he burns through the cleanse and gets caught by the Jin. Pokemon Panda has now TP'd in with his ulti. They're gonna go on
Keeping in
Lucif
at no
here.
health.
Lucif manages to heal out of the range of Pokemon Panda's auto attacks
Yeah, I
down
think
there.
T-Skull is just starting this dragon now.
Yeah. Oh, between all of that, I mean, there's no kills traded, but Control's team comes out with a big advantage there on damage. Everyone looks like he wants
He's
to find
walking on a
this.
ward.
He walked on the ward. Control's just gonna be able to zone him off that W.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna be on soul
take
point
it
now.
back.
Approach and souls.
Yeah, so this will be, if we could exit out of this team fight, this will be, yeah, about a 24-minute soul, 24.5-minute soul. So that's
Yeah,
going to be
that's
pretty
pretty
scary
early soul.
if they don't, yeah, very scary if they don't get it. Everyone's kind of trying to stick around and defend this turret. I don't know if he really wants this, though. I mean, T-Skull gets hit by the Morgana Cube, but there's no real damage to follow up onto him, and he's very tanky anyways. Good play on the side of Control's team to add a turret to that dragon take. Now, on the flip side, Hippogriff has gone ahead and taken this Herald top. He's going to get that tower. He's probably going to be able to escort it into the next tower as well, although he shouldn't be sticking around too much longer. Actually, he's going to give up on that because he doesn't see the rest of the team. Pokemon Panda is probably just going to be able to kill a Herald before he even hits the next tower.
They should be able to get this mid lane turret if they're fast.
Yeah, the bot and mid from Control's team is coming to help
no,
defend
not quite.
this. They probably could have finished that off if Doom and Dingo had actually been auto-attacking it. They're going to get it to
Minions. There we go.
Hippogriff, it looks like he's been fighting for that blue buff. I think it got taken by one of them. I'm not sure who got it. Both teams are positioning a little bit around for vision. Looks like Hippogriff did go ahead and steal that blue buff in the meantime. Not bad from him, although I honestly would have liked to have seen him escort that Herald into the next tower rather than just giving it up when he knew his team had pressure on the mid lane. Because if they respond to him top
They
lane,
respond
his
to
team
top
could,
beautifully mid, yes.
yeah, keep going mid, but they do get the tower in the end, so
Yep.
it works. Looks like Rook is going to attempt to look for Pokemon Panda here. Pokemon Panda does not have any wards, does not know Rook is here. Actually, oh, Pokemon Panda gets a little aggressive. Rook misses the W. We'll see if he drops his ult on Pokemon Panda
Got a
here.
long lane to chase him down, and I think they know where most of the rest of Team Control is.
Yeah, Team Control.
Taking too
Yeah,
long.
well, a little bit of miscommunication there. Rook is coming in for the gank, but Hippogriff was basing. I think had they been right on top of Pokemon Panda there, they could have killed him with
Rook
the
down
Sedge
2
ulti.
levels on his on T-Skull as well, and
Yeah,
even
T-Skull
more
has
on
been,
top line.
yeah, T-Skull has managed to keep that lead. And Pokemon Panda is now level 13, so we're going to start seeing, he's already got the upgrade on his own Sunfire, we're going to start seeing upgrades for his teammates' items pretty soon here as well. We look at gold differences again. Overall, we've got about a little over 1k overall. Hippogriff
super
1k
close
ahead.
overall.
Wow, look at that difference of gold in the jungle. T-Skull is up 2k on Rook Stout. Pokemon Panda biting off a little bit more than he can chew here. He's getting damage off on Hippogriff. Yeah, he does not want that extended fight, though. He doesn't want to let Hippogriff keep fighting with that Conqueror proc. Looks like Rook and Avarn possibly looking for T-Skull in the top
Yeah, they
lane,
walked
but-
over this ward here, both headed top side, and
Yeah.
Pokemon Panda vanishes.
Yeah, comparing vision here, Control's team has their jungle very, very well warded.
Yeah, some good
Abraham's team does have some
defensive
decent wards around the mid lane there, but overall Control's team has way more wards across the board. And they're gonna see Sedge there take out that pink. Top lane is fighting again up there. Looks like Hippogriff. Looks like Pokemon Panda is winning some of these shorter extended trades. If he can keep doing that, we may actually see a return kill from Pokemon Panda, but really both teams are not really wanting to look for a fight at this point. If anything, they want to pick because that soul is going to be coming up in a minute here.
Nobody wants to make a mistake with 1 minute till drag. Your team loses all vision around drag, and then all of a sudden you can't even approach the area.
Oh, Dumandingo caught by this pillar.
Hey,
Oh man, in
there's
control.
the one shot.
Is
Holy
just
moly.
blown up, dude. Mandingo there.
That
You
was...
see the Oh man, we see the Jin ult and the Sedge ult coming out before this drag fight, and overall, I mean, there was no ults, there was no Ashe ult catching him out, there was no Trundle ult to lower him. Trundle ult comes out now. Hippogriff goes in very aggressively on T-Skull. T-Skull actually almost goes down. Hippogriff giving a huge chunk of damage onto Chaos Storm as well, and they're gonna look to keep chasing here. They have to be very careful going into control here, though. Control's just gonna finish off Hippogriff there. Hippogriff had no follow-up. Abarn has a good flash on the Ashe ulti. Abarn really wanted to drop his ult into this corridor, but he's gonna get way too aggressive and actually gets just killed by Control before he can get his ult off.
This Victor is doing so much damage.
Yeah, and
it's ridiculous.
He's 3 levels on ADC and 5 on Rook. If they turned around and got all their...
Oh no.
Man. If they had turned around on Control and just put everything they had onto him, they wouldn't have been able to get through him. They had to just run, and Control chases down Rook and kills him, and now Control's team is going to be getting this soul.
Yeah.
It looked really good for Control's team for a second there with the pick onto Dude Mandingo, and then it looked really good in return with the damage onto T-Skull, but then Abarn's team chases a little too hard. They're running into a Victor that is very good at doing damage while he's kiting back. He manages to kill off Hippogriff, almost killed Rook Stout entirely, and then Abarn just gets
They're just not respecting the Lichbane Victor damage. I mean, you get truly one shot, and you could see that straight off the bat with Dude Mandingo starting up his ult. He had the Zonias ready to go, just didn't expect to get popped within, you know, a millisecond.
Yeah, and I believe he may have even had his flash up as well. He just didn't expect to go. Oh, that's a good ult out from Abarn here. Good catch from
back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely good catch from Abarn there. Not only getting that catch, but he does get a shutdown. Actually, this outdown goes over to Madonna, which is a little unfortunate. They're going to try and get Monkey with this Jin ulti. Jin is going to land some shots on him, but they're not going to be able to finish him off. They're not going to catch T-Skull out here either. Pokemon's Tanda is following up, and actually have a TP coming in for Hippogriff here. A fight is breaking out. Got a good ult coming in from Pokemon Panda. Is going to knock up 3 there. Control just takes out Hippogriff with his damage. Man, Sedge is not able to stall long enough. Sedge goes down to the Victor as well. No one can get onto this Victor.
Yeah, you gotta get through. You gotta get through an Ornn and a Trundle.
Yeah, no kidding. Victor's just gonna keep cleaning up these fights. He's gonna go and run down Dude Mandingo, and at this point, this is actually
Q and dead.
Yeah, it's likely gonna be a Baron take for their team here. Elusive, no! Elusive has been caught out, runs face first into T-Skull, and
he just ended up on the wrong side of that team fight, nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he had just based in that tri-brush there, he probably could have gotten out. Maybe he thought he would go up and try and help Dude Mandingo, but he needs to get out at that point. He just runs right back into the team.
Press B and pray.
Yeah, no kidding, but in these last 2 minutes or so, they've not only picked up Soul, they've managed to increase their gold lead to about 6.5k here, or 7.5k, excuse me, and now have Baron as well. So, like I was saying, I think
Ocean Soul, Baron, Ornn items coming through here soon, I would think. Yeah, we already got the upgraded Rabadons on Victor.
Yeah, that just came down.
I think this one, barring some miracle, is going to Team Control.
Right, that's what I was about to say. I think that Control's team has the edge in the late game, and with their massive lead, I just do not see Abrams' team coming back from this unless they can get some major AoE.
Unless you get that pick like they just got on the Ashe.
Right, could you actually check Control's AP here? Curious how much he has. Just click on his champion. 700 AP.
Yeah. 689.
Huge, absolutely huge. And look at the difference here between. Okay, so Control has 700 AP, 3 items completed, and an Ornn upgrade, versus the front line of Abrams' team. Primarily, the Sedge has a jungle item and some HP, and he's down 5 levels. Yeah. So Control is gonna burn through Rook like absolutely nothing.
Hippogriff waiting on the side here. I'm not sure what they're going to try and make something happen. I think that would be ill-advised. You just probably want to let this 2-2 go.
Oh, I don't... Hippogriff is trying to walk out in a very, very dangerous way. He takes half his health in return, and Rook takes about half his health just from some residual damage.
Yeah, this jungle level difference is just brutal.
Yeah, ults are coming out from Abrams' team. Looks like they're just really desperately trying to defend this turret against this Baroned up Ocean Soul team. Talking about Mana just blocking those turret shots, or those Jhin shots. They're ooh, control with the oh man, control with the flash in play onto Abraham there just absolutely obliterates him. Hypocrite trying to get a little back in return and just goes down and gets caught by some damage there.
Too much damage.
This is going to be game for Team Control here. Dingo getting two-shot by the victor there. Yeah, I think going into game 2 here, I don't know if they can let this this victor come through again, because if they're just going to be defensive in the mid lane, because we really didn't see, like I was saying, we didn't see any solo kills. We saw a little bit of ganks coming back. Actually, no, we did see one solo kill from Abarn. But overall, we didn't see too much action
that
in the mid lane.
was after kind of a ganky situation, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, overall, we didn't see too much action in the mid lane, and in the end, I mean, Control just takes over the game with his victory.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, do you think we could go ahead and see the damage graph on stream, maybe?
Yeah, yep. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's about what I expected.
Man. Yep, that is a lot of damage.
I was very surprised to see this low damage out of Apar, and I think that was just a matter of, like, Rook Stout being so far behind that he can't actually get the engages that he wants. They're going to have to do something to fix that.
Yeah, I mean, Abarn, I don't want to be too hard on him here. The only thing would be for that, I think he got a little too aggressive for the play outside of the Dragon Pit and just gets burned through by Control. But overall, I mean, T-Skull with the early lead on the Trundle. Trundle's just going to be a little too tanky, and he's really the only one that Abarn can hit, him and Ornn, and he's just not going to be doing much damage to the front line. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think overall, despite some early advantages in Control's team, I think that or excuse me, in Abrams' team, I think that Control's draft has just kind of won over here in the end. So
yeah,
good game from Control here. I'm excited to see how draft strategies are adjusted in the next game.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to a quick break. Yeah. See you guys in about 5. right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Blood, tell me what's got to happen for A-Barn's team to make the change to come back and get a win here in Game 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see. They do have a slight advantage here with the whole Caitlyn situation. If they can get Caitlyn on blue side, that would be huge for them. But I believe we'll see a ban coming in for that from Control's team. However, I'd like to see Rook come in on something maybe a little more aggressive than Sejuani. I understand they're trying to take that from T-Skull, but T-Skull has the Trundle pick into Sedge, and I don't think Rook really
he's
plays.
had really good Trundle games, so...
Yeah, I don't think Rook really plays Trundle in the reverse matchup. And on top of that, I'd love to see a Victor ban, because that is not a champ that they can just let Control have.
Not really a
and
champ
farm
A-Barn
on.
plays either.
Right. So I'd like to see a little different draft strategy. I think A-Barn's team is definitely capable in like the early game, but with Rook's early deficit as well as the bad matchup, I think a large part of that game was just the leading into the 24-minute soul.
Yeah. Yep.
Because overall, A-Barn's team had solid gold leads on carries, which is what they needed.
Yeah, another thing that's kind of interesting to point out, I'm not sure what the exact stat is, but I do believe blue side in the tournament as a whole has like an overwhelmingly large win rate.
Really? I did not know that. Yeah, so we're going to see another Heckenor ban onto T-Skull here, along with another Ezreal ban for Lucifer. Pretty standard stuff. So I think Morgana ban for Monkey as well, which I'm curious if they probably are going to want to pick first. They probably have something in mind that they want to first pick, and then they're going to ban that Morgana so that they don't have the option to pick it in the first rotation on Control's
Yeah, we kind of have
side.
two really strong first pick options still up here, the Shen and the Caitlyn. So
Another Fiora
maybe
ban for
A-Barn's team looking to pick up the Shen, and then not wanting to get over Kate Morgana.
Yeah, so I think another Fiora ban for Hippogriff. I would not be surprised to see the third ban as Caitlyn from Control's team.
Yeah.
Whereas I would also like to see A-Barn's team drop the Renekton ban. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the
So
Shen.
the
Looks
Shen.
like
Not wanting to give that over. Too much skirmishing power on that.
right. So I think they've got something else in mind here. Maybe they were thinking that I mean, Caitlyn, if it's up, maybe they were thinking that if Caitlyn got banned, they're gonna first pick.
Yeah,
maybe
not wanting to
Cedric
risk it
in?
with two power picks up, maybe.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
the
really
Caitlyn
curious.
ban. Okay, so
As
they both
expected.
do the respect bans.
Right, I'm really curious to see here what A-Barn's team first picks. I would be surprised if we saw the Sejuani pick. Actually, just gonna grab Ashe for Elusive, maybe, which would be a take from Chaos Storm.
Yeah, Chaos Storm was doing a lot of work on the Ashe, slowing the Sejuani, just kind of blocking off corridors with those slows.
Yeah, and it is going to be a good pick considering they have already banned the Morgana. So Monkey is one of the supports in the league that is very good with his quick reactions on the Morgana spell shield,
Yep.
and has shown that he can actually spell shield an Ashe ulti pretty quickly. Sivir pick for Chaos Storm, that's going to be a good response to the Ashe, so he's not going to have to be worried about getting picked out by that Ashe ulti.
Yeah, just adding more scaling to the Team Control's usual style with the Sivir pick there.
Yeah, I'd expect to see both junglers have their picks come in. I'm going to take Karma again from Monkey. I think that's a solid pick again. Karma and
Does
and
Rook
Sivir
Stout
will...
go back to the Sejuani, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Like
hope
I said,
not.
I would like to not see that. I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to be a good strategy for them, unless both junglers don't pick and they could ban the Trundle, then maybe it would be okay. But I would be surprised if we didn't see jungle picks. in
Yeah,
these next
if
two.
Rook locks in the Sejuani, we will see another Trundle for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Soraka for Doom Mandingo, which makes sense. That has been his most comfortable champion.
Yeah.
Also his most picked champion, I believe, in the TCL as a whole. He's shown that he can be very defensive on it. I think it'll be good. Soraka Ashe into the Karma Sivir
Yep.
will be fairly comfortable. Karma and Sivir has the poke. It'll function similarly to last game with the Karma Ash, but Soraka will actually be able to.
Abarn not wanting to experience more bans.
Yeah, Abarn did get his Rise and
Yeah.
Azir ban last time. Actually, Control's gonna look like he's
Control
gonna do the
seems
same
like
thing.
he's been planning for this.
Yeah, which I kind of like this from both teams. I mean, I like the Abarn pick on Rise because he knows that he wants something. Oh, interesting. He knows that he wants something
Maybe
that can possibly match a Victor late game.
Right, exactly.
We see the Ornn pick come in for Pokemon Panda here again. I think that's fair. And they don't want any more bans coming on Pokemon Panda.
Control trying to get into the head there. Maybe trying to bait the LeBlanc ban.
Yeah, which I said I'd be surprised, but it's exactly what happened. There were not jungle picks, so Sedge will definitely be contested going into this
Still
next.
confused about this Kha'Zix ban. I don't think that Rook's going to play it. I
Yeah.
would be blown away if he picked Kha'Zix.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, Kha'Zix is a very good solo queue champion. Struggles a little bit in the 5v5 when there's good communication about how to deal with Kha'Zix. The new ban going on against T-Skull is probably
Yep,
in
one of
his
T-Skull's
top 3 or
most
4.
played there.
Yeah. So actually, I would be interested to see possibly a Trundle ban coming in from Abarn's team here, forcing T-Skull onto something possibly a little
I wonder
less comfortable.
Yeah, if Team Control is anticipating that, they'll ban the Sejuani here, I would imagine. I don't think they're going to ban the J4.
Yeah,
More scared
I
of the
do
J4.
like. Yeah, I do like that ban from
Yeah.
them because Abarn loves his J4, and I would not be surprised to see Rook on J4 repeat ganking mid. So, yeah, they're left with a little bit of an option here. They could throw another ban onto Control, or they could ban either Sedge or Trundle. I'm curious. They do the LeBlanc ban.
LeBlanc just trying to make it a little bit easier for the Rise to scale up there in the mid lane.
Yeah, for sure.
This kind of leaves the old standoff, though. You got Sejuani up, and you got Trundle up.
Yeah, well, I don't think... I've never seen Rook play Trundle. Now, he's a good enough jungler, I think he probably can play it.
Yeah, isn't Trundle not the most mechanically intensive champion?
Yeah, ooh, actually have the Azir pick for Control. Very interesting. We have seen... I don't know if we've seen it in TCL, but having played with Control for a number of years myself, I have seen him play some Azir.
Okay, I was going to say, I really haven't seen him play Azir too much, but I have no doubt that he's got it in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, he is definitely a reasonable Azir, although I have seen...
This is good to see. I was a little surprised to see Hippogriff last pick last time not going with the Darius, which was still left up. So this time he wants that favorable matchup in the top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love right now to see them last pick the Trundle. That would be very interesting if they could pick it, and because they know T-Skull, if they don't pick Sedge, is going to want to pick Sedge. I think T-Skull will just go ahead and pick Sedge here. Yeah, this is a much more interesting draft this time around.
Yep.
I like it.
T-Skull just proving over and over that his team's going to win when he picks Trundle, so it makes it hard for teams to solo pick that Sejuani really early.
Yeah, I actually have a Volibear lock-in for T-Skull here. Very interesting.
So I know he does play that a fair bit, but yeah, I would have figured the instant engage from the Sejuani might have been a little bit better, but I guess Ornalt with a Volibear jumping at you, you got no problems there with the engage.
Yeah, and also have the Sivir ult and Karma speed up to potentially engage or disengage. So, yeah, we'll have to see there. I think Abarn's team is looking very, very aggressive apart from... I don't know, it's looking a little mixed. I mean, you have very aggressive picks coming out from Ashvi and Darius, but then Ryze and Soraka are kind of a little bit more
Yeah, it's a little disjointed on TSS3 side. You got the scaling Ryze, but you got a Vi who wants to make plays early and mid. But then I would say that they don't have the scaling advantage, so it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, and as a Darius player myself, I do have to say it is a little bit it's not a bad team to be playing Darius into. I mean, with Darius, you want the double front line so you can get your stacks up, and then
Yep.
you want to be able to flash in on the back line and just one-shot them. However, Karma Silver and Azir are going to be very good at getting that Darius off of them. So
Yeah,
I'm curious to
exactly.
see he and
You've got
Darius
a
and
lot of
Fire.
speed combined with an Azir ult. It's going to be
Right.
difficult.
Right, so Darius and Vi are going to have to combine and communicate well in order to be picking off some of these carries. But overall, I mean, I like the more aggressive draft from Abrams' team here.
Yeah, I
mean,
like some of the
putting
adjustments he made. Just
yeah
can't
put,
really.
putting Rook onto an aggressive jungler on Vi instead of Sedge, I think will be a good move for them, and he's also going to be able to get gank pressure off a lot better.
Yep.
And on top of that, I like with as aggressive and as a big a lead as Hippogriff had last time, I think it's better to put him on that aggressive top laner. Not that Set can't be aggressive, but not in the same way that Darius can be into an Orin. So
Right.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is a good change. I think Rook can definitely make some stuff happen, and that's kind of what was lacking out of the last game. I think the jungle advantage kind of snowballed into allowing that Victor to do whatever he wanted. And if he can stop it on the Vi, I think TSS3 will be in a much better spot.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to point out, Zolik has said in chat that Rook has a 64% win rate with Vi and solo queue, whereas T-Skull has a 64% win rate with Volibear in solo queue.
Ooh.
So both on very comfortable champions that
Yeah.
they're good at.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an exciting jungle matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Mid lane, however, should be super boring.
Yeah, just like last game.
Yeah. Until about 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, if there's anyone that Vi wants to be really careful about going onto, it's going to be someone like Azir, who could potentially just shuffle her back. Well, first off, jump himself back into his turret range, and then once the ult is through, throw the ult down onto Vi and throw her into his turret range. So
Yeah, that could be
I think-
spicy.
I think that's Rook. What Rook wanted was to be very aggressive in this mid lane, and Azir is a comfortable pick into that. So we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of mobility there.
What I would love to see from Rook, though, this game is to just repeat gang top lane. 'Cause
Yeah, that's what I
if-
was just gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
just get Hippogriff in the same spot he was last time, and you've got an even mid and an even bot, and you can make stuff happen that way.
Absolutely. If they can, they have a very comfortable bot lane to play safe on. I think Amern's on a very comfortable champ to play safe mid. So if I can just repeat gank the Ornn, especially early on, get Darius the lead, and then turn that into potentially some dives early on onto the Ornn, I would like to see them play through top lane here. However, he does have to be careful about doing that, though, because if he does that at this game, he may be risking T-Skull getting some pressure on that those dragons early on, and that is something that Rook cannot afford to do again this game, is to lose those dragons.
Yeah, yeah. The game definitely got out of hand once that fourth dragon they were forced to fight at, or just prior to that dragon to try and get pressure, and it really snowballed away from him.
Yeah, I mean, they were at the point that they needed to just hang around like a minute and a half before just to attempt to get vision, and it just ended up in them getting caught out and getting killed. So same start as last game. We're gonna see two 5 points coming out. A little bit off from Control's team putting the mid laner mid and not the jungler, but still pretty standard stuff here. Have the is electrocute standard on Vi?
I would say no. The two main runes keystones I've seen are Aftershock if you just want to be tanky, and then Hail of Blades.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is I didn't normally see the electrocute on Vi, which I could see it working if you're going to be ganking mid a lot because you get that burst damage down.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Also,
I
we're
feel like Hail of
seeing.
Blades would be better, but definitely the opportunity to get the electric procs off.
Yeah, for sure. Would like to point out that we are seeing Ghost from Hippogriff in the top lane. So there's
Yeah,
a TP
wanting to play
advantage.
aggressive.
Yeah, TP advantage for Pokemon Panda, which will be good for them, but Hippogriff, I think, I'm pretty sure that every time we've seen Hippogriff play Darius, he always goes for the for the ghost, so always playing very aggressive on that Darius. Have a little more standard starts from the junglers here. Have two blue clear.
Bot to top.
Yeah, which we're actually seeing the exact same start as well from junglers in terms of T-Skull has gone straight from his buff to his Gromp, whereas Rook has gone straight from buff to buff. And now T-Skull is going to go ahead and be taking his Wolves as well, whereas imagine Rook will probably quickly take one camp and then already be ready to gank at level 3, whereas T-Skull will be behind in clearing his jungle camps. So I think that is honestly generally the better decision for jungling in general, is to get that early gank off.
Well, yeah. Yep.
Which,
So
yeah, looks
top
like
side now. T-Skull
Rook's
will be
already headed
late
top.
to that since he's starting his red buff now.
Right. If we could actually go ahead and see that up there, I think that, yeah, Rook's going to go in for this. We might have to see an early flash. Yeah, early flash from Pokemon Panda there, which is exactly what they need to be doing on him.
So now you can clear a camp and come back when the wave
Which-
resets.
Yeah, at this point, if I'm playing in Hippogriff's position as Darius, what you want to do is you want to shove this in quickly. You've got the ward in the bush, so you can see the Volibear gank coming. You want to shove quickly, let Ornn come out a little bit, and then what you can do is you can just ghost, and there's absolutely nothing Ornn can do to get away from you. Actually, a very aggressive flash in from Abraham there is not actually going to
Yeah, I think he was
do
trying to
anything
get
to
the root
control.
off, but he wasn't able to get
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, I think they were possibly planning on double flashing onto him there, but yeah, he doesn't get the root off.
So now Abarn,
T-Skull-
no flash and no mana.
Yeah, right. T-Skull has now going for a full clear. He's going to go ahead and take his Raptors, which curious to see if Hippogriff will do what I was saying. If he can get Pokemon Panda slightly out from that tower, it should be a very easy solo kill for him with Pokemon Panda having no flash. Which, with that clear, T-Skull does have an early farm lead again.
Yeah,
Rook
Lai
did
already
manage to
attempted
get-
2 ganks, so
Yeah, Rook did manage to get the spot side scuttle, which T-Skull is going to find out now, which actually I think Rook will be able to catch up to that full clear, because he should be able to get both scuttles at this point. They're both going to clear another camp, and then Rook will probably go up to that next scuttle. So actually, overall, very good play from Rook there, kind of winning the early jungle matchup between getting 2 ganks off, burning a flash, and also getting both of these scuttles. Which, if really wanted to, I'm pretty sure he could just kill Pokemon Panda here, but he might be playing it a little more safe than that.
yeah, that ward that Pokemon had has died now, so
Actually,
3 ganks.
Rex has showed back up. I think they're looking. Hippogriff may want to flash in on Pokemon here. They really want this kill onto Pokemon Panda, but regardless of whether they get it now, Rook
Rook's
has
spending a lot of time up here.
There's the flash. There's the flash. And we're going to see a double flash in from Rook. Hippogriff is going to use the Ghost. I believe they're going to be able to get him here. Yeah, there's first blood for Darius. Abarn has actually roamed up as well in an attempt to help with that. Yeah, this is going to be a massive lead for Hippogriff. Hippogriff does burn through both his summoners there, but he still has a 15 farm lead, as well as... Actually, I think Abarn broke the potential freeze for him, which, scumbag Abarn. But
Nice.
I think that... yeah, he still has the massive minion lead here. T-Skull hanging around Dragon. Not gonna start it yet. T-Skull actually may be looking for a mid gank here, which Apron's flash is still down. So yeah, we've actually Control actually ults towards the tower. Abarn's gonna actually just walk out of that.
Interesting.
If Control just ults him backwards, that is a 100% free kill on Abarn.
I think so. Maybe he had seen the Vi behind him and didn't want to push him over to his teammate, but even so, he's so far away from safety at that point. I think you just get the kill anyway.
Yeah, and T-Skull had to flash onto Abarn there to get that stun down, and they still do not manage to pick up the kill. Looks like they're going to be looking to pick up this early drag. Rook is going to spot it out, and T-Skull is getting very low here.
Nope.
I gotta say, I think
the
Rook could have
smite
gone.
by a fair margin. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think Rook could have
steal.
gone in there if he and Dude Mandingo just take the plant over, I believe they win that 2v2. Although I will say Rook has not backed yet. Although T-Skull was very low, he does have the item advantage. Maybe he was just trying to play it a little safe, but...
Yeah, they're both the same level, though, so, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go in there for a steal, just take the blast cone over and then Q back out. But he was trying to Q in, potentially.
Right. Yeah, CS is looking very even in the mid and bot lanes here. Still a very large lead for Darius in the top lane. Darius is going to go ahead and get some aggressive vision behind the red buff there.
Rook still has not backed, by the way.
Yeah, at this point it's a little greedy to not be backing.
Right.
He's got to be sitting on a big chunk of gold at this point. Yeah, he's
almost
sitting on
2K,
1,700. Now on the flip side, I think in this bot lane, Dude Mandingo is looking a lot more comfortable on his Soraka than he was on his Morgana, so he's able to play into this monkey poke a lot better. I think that they
picked the Morgana more as like a takeaway potentially, not necessarily a comfort pick for Dude Mandingo.
Right, and I think that's gonna be huge for Dude Mandingo in the long run to be on this comfort pick. Hippogriff's still playing very aggressively, zoning Pokemon off of this wave, which is exactly what he needs to be doing. He's increased his farm weight to, well, I guess it's maintained about 20, but Jungler's going to be on their second rotation of clears here. Control has already received a blue buff. Looks like Abram will be walking over to get this blue buff from Rook. Yeah. Still have not seen any backs in the bot lane, so bot laners are actually going to be sitting on huge chunks of gold too. Overall, Chaos Storm is getting a little low. Oh, Asholt coming out towards the mid lane. They've picked off... Asholt's not going to hit anything. They've picked off...
That's a swing and a miss.
They picked off T-Skull though in the jungle. Abarn and Rook have both managed to converge on him and pick him off, which...
Yeah, I assume that's what the Asher was going for there.
Probably, yeah. Rook looks like he's gonna get this red buff as well, though it's not gonna get collapsed on. Looks like they maybe were thinking about it, but they were a little too late. Rook's gonna grab that red buff and actually gonna go ahead and start this Herald heal as well. They do have good vision to help themselves cover this. They got the 2 pink wards. Have a fight coming out in the bot lane. Burned all summoners except Flash from
Sivir's got
side
both
of-
sums still.
Yeah, 3 summoners for 1, so it's like a win overall from Control's bot lane. So Monkey getting awfully low there. I think they knew they could win that fight with seeing Ashe burn the ulti towards the top lane. They're gonna get that Herald there for Vi. Finally gonna see it back from Dude Mandingo and Elusive, and I think that Chaos and Monkey here will be able to stick around and get a plate if they want, because they know that Herald has just been taken, but they're gonna play it safe. Scene still very even across the board, aside from that top lane matchup. CS lead has increased now to 30. Hippogriff still able to zone him off the wave. I think Rook wants to drop this Herald real bad somewhere soon. Looks like he was thinking about dropping it top right there.
Yeah, if he could
Not
drop
going
it
to.
top, that would certainly be ideal.
Oh, Rook's gonna see T-Skull here, gonna go in aggressively on him. Misses the Q, but I think that with the Vial, they're actually just gonna be able to finish off.
We got Soraka
T-Skull.
ult.
Although, yeah, there's the flash ult from T-Skull, or Hippogriff is gonna be good now.
Rise
Hippogriff
porting in as
is
well?
running away now. Rise port's in. Oh, Hippogriff has found Control, or I should say Control's found Hippogriff. Surprised we didn't see Hippogriff just drop the ult down right there for damage, because I mean, it's a free ult at this point with his 5 stacks. He should have just thrown it down for damage. That would have caused Control to either need to run away or need to die to
Yeah.
Abarn and Rook.
Then Rook
Either
would
way,
have been able to come in and get a kill there.
either way, he does manage to get the barrier out of Azir, and that is a good play from Abarn's team here. Rook finding T-Skull in the jungle, getting that kill back. They are appearing to set this up for Dragon here. Actually, the TP coming in from Abarn, and
Yep.
Hippogriff has
no
showed
TV,
up.
but he's here.
Right. Orn his base does have TP. They get a little bit of pick onto T-Skull here. Takes a chunk of damage.
Out of range for that
Chaos
last
also
Q.
very low. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to contest this here. It's all 5 of them versus some low health members on Control's team. They're just going to go ahead and get this dragon, which is
Just one dragon apiece.
huge. Yeah, huge for them considering results of last game. If they didn't get that one, would be scary for them again. But now they're delaying this potential soul. They're also up about 2.5k at this point. Still a huge lead in the top lane. Actually, would you go ahead and show gold differences? Yeah, we got 1200 lead in the top lane, 500 lead in the jungle, slight lead in mid, fairly even bot. So actually a bit of a lead for Duke over Monkey in the bot. But yeah, I think overall it's been good play from Rook. I mean, that was what we were both saying in the pre-games, that we wanted to see the very aggressive plays from Hippogriff, with Rook continuing to go bot or top lane. It's exactly what he was doing, and we're seeing it pay off for them.
They converted their top pressure into not giving up the first 2 dragons, which is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly what they need to do here. Everyone going to pick up a couple plates, further increasing his slight gold lead. I think if the game goes into late game even, I do believe that Abraham's team has the advantage here, because there is a lot of damage coming out from Control. Good AoE from Sivir, but Ashe and Darius are excellent at melting the front line, and then Abraham will just be getting damage off left and right. So should they be able to keep this gold lead and not lose more dragons, I think they'll have this game in the bag.
Ooh, missing the E there, unfortunately. He may have been able to get a kill had he pulled him out of that dash.
Yeah, I'd say if you're in that scenario, you want to walk up and just W him, because you can catch him in the middle of the W, or in the middle of his E, and then once his E is finished, he'll be slow and you can pull him back in, but I don't think he kills him there regardless. Rook is forced to seemingly drop this Herald in the mid lane. It looks like it was possibly about to run out. Turret plating is about to fall. Ooh, Control goes in for aggressive, but does not end up ulting. Got the ult out from T-Skull. Ooh, the Ashe ult comes in with the Vialty, and they're actually just going to be able to
The man was
T-Skull there.
CC'd.
Yeah, that was a nice communication from Abraham's team there with the combination of the ulties.
Actually ended up being pretty good CC lock for that Ashe arrow coming in almost the perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely.
That being said, they did push Abarn out of range of those turret plates, I believe, so they only went on to Rook.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was close enough at the start of it, because you don't have to be in range necessarily.
Yeah, I thought I only saw the little gold thingy go to Rook, but I may be mistaken there. Either way,
regardless,
money in the
huge for them.
pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like, who got that kill onto Fulgur? I think Dude Mandingo did, unfortunately. They're going to find T-Skull out in the jungle here, taking a big chunk of damage. I don't think they're going to be able to finish him off. Abarn has ported in. T-Skull flashes out. Togeman Panda has used his ult already. Togeman Panda forced to flash out as well. Very good roam up from Dude Mandingo to be aggressive with Rook in the jungle here. They're going to go ahead and take this red buff and actually donate it to Hippogriff. So very, very good aggressive play from Abraham's team here. Karma has actually found the team here. The IQ does not quite land. Nothing really going to come of that.
So
no kills, but still applying.
Take their advantage. They push the enemy jungler out of his own top side, and then they proceed to farm it.
Yeah.
That feels bad.
T-Skull is really feeling the pressure this game, which is exactly what Abraham's team needs to be doing with this lead. Togeman Panda, good on Rooks out there. Yeah, very good on Rooks out there to stay in the same position as Togeman Panda around that. Oh, actually.
Unfortunate, he did have to ult there, but he does get
Rook's
the
playing it
kill.
a little dangerous. Monkey's been found out by Abarn and Dude Mandingo here. I think he may just die. Abarn, yeah, Abarn following with the flash.
A
Well
lot of
played
Q
from him there.
damage.
Oh, Control has gone onto
Again
Elusive
with
here.
the ult forward there.
Yeah, I think in that case he may not have been in range to ult backwards, and he's just getting a little desperate and forcing that ult, whereas they're kind of being collapsed on a little bit.
The first one was a bit questionable. It worked out a little bit better, but that one was, he needs to ult backwards for sure.
Yeah, nothing gonna come of either of those. Well, I suppose they picked Monkey, but nothing gonna come of the very aggressive somewhat desperate looking play from Control in the bot lane there. Abarn is bot side with his bot lane, whereas Hippogriff has come down to shove this mid lane in, and now they're looking to posture aggressively for this dragon, which, again,
you can
good
tell,
play from them.
Yeah, the team is definitely communicating. Hippogriff, we need you down here. There's a dragon. We don't have teleport. You gotta get yourself down here.
Yeah, good on them to have him in the position that he needs to be. And he is so strong, he's able to just walk up and zone the team off by himself while they do dragon.
Oh, man.
Which, at this point, from Pokemon Panda's running back down. I would have loved to see a very aggressive push from him there, knowing Hippogriff
Yeah,
is
he
down
didn't
there.
even push it into the tower.
Yeah, he didn't push at all. He actually didn't even have TP to help with Dragon anyways, so he either needed to be there way sooner. Abarn ulting in with Soraka here. Oh man, Monkey's just gonna get blown up. I think Abarn's gonna be able to find Chaos Storm here. Chaos Storm still does have both summoners up. But yeah, good good roam from Abarn there. Abarn showing his comfort on this Rise pick, his ability to use those Rise ultis to play into the side lanes well. They're going to go ahead and zone Chaos off of this tower and take another tower for them. Meanwhile, in the top lane, looks like they're positioning a little bit around this Herald. TCL has already
started it, and then got pushed off. Now we got a little 3v2
Ornal coming in. Yeah, 3v2 here. T-Skull is weak. Hippogriff is strong, but so is Control. Oh, good play from Hippogriff there. Hippogriff
off.
Yeah, Hippogriff flashes over the. He gets the reset.
No.
Oh man. Yeah, he gets the reset onto the Volibear.
See,
Control is ready to push him out,
Yeah.
and then he just flashes right back in and cleans up.
Yep. And that's why I was so surprised. I did not see the Darius in game 1. He had the same opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. And Darius is probably his second most played champ. I mean, I think Yasuo is most played, although he's not going to be pulling that out.
Yeah.
But it's definitely second or third
Abarn's
there.
never going to allow that.
No. unless they, try and meme you guys.
Yeah, well, that didn't work. And Abarn took the Yasuo there.
Yeah, they paid for it.
Yeah.
They paid for that meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're dropping the rift and getting 2 towers between top turret as well, middle inner turret. Very big lead coming out from Abarn's team here. So they're up a dragon. They've gotten both the heralds, and they are up 4 turrets at this point. And on top of all of that, they have not died. Which
perfect game ruin here.
Yeah, fight is coming out here.
Hoping to cast a curse it a little bit.
Yeah, nothing's really gonna come of that. Some ults being used, but nobody really has to burn anything too important. Ooh, Control going in with that backwards ulti onto Luciv. Yep. Luciv is going to go down here. Good play from Control to catch
Perfect game
Luciv
out the window.
Out the window, let's go.
Finally getting that Azir ult into the 1v4 on the Ashe. You're going straight to the fountain with that one.
Yeah, good play from Control there to find Luciv out there. Unfortunately, all that is Luciv.
Yeah, they get
Luciv didn't even have a shutdown.
For that,
yeah, so while it is good, actually, the kill goes on to Monkey too.
Oh no, that's like the worst case scenario. You get a kill, there's no objectives up to take, and it goes under support.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good pick to get 300 gold back, but that's essentially going to mean nothing. If anything, it's a moral victory for finally getting a kill.
Yeah, it'll be a moral victory. And I think that's good enough for the moment.
Yeah. And T-Skull's taking this red buff. Honestly, I'd like to see that go onto the Sivir at this point. Sivir is far stronger than he is, but maybe he just thinks he really needs to catch it back up.
Yeah, he is a couple levels down, so maybe he just thought he needed it. Kind of seeing the reverse on the jungles here. Levels.
A little bit of an interesting build path. I kind of like it from Darius here, going directly from Black Cleaver into the Death Stance, which
broken item.
If you're that far ahead, I think that's a very, very good aggressive play. It's like they're looking to get a catch out on Rook here. I mean, they have to be so scared overall.
Yeah.
I mean, jungle and
a ton of damage. Almost got that fully stacked Rod of Ages now.
Yeah, the fully stacked Seraphs. I mean, they're also just down so many levels. I mean, only 1 level down for Control,
actually
but
down
then
8k overall as well. Wow.
Yeah, T-Skull and Monkey are now finding themselves in the position that Rook and Doom and Dingo were last game, where they're just so far behind in levels.
Yeah.
Although Doom
Another
and Dingo
interesting
is
build path is Rook's now going full damage on this Vi still. He is.
Yeah.
He's fed. Not sure it's needed, and we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, he's definitely going to the Warrior into the Triforce. He is gonna be squishy if they can get on him.
Yeah, but I mean, the full damage across the board here, and there's really no serious tank. I mean, Ornn is going to be a little bit tanky against the Vi and the Darius, apart from the Darius ulti, but apart from that, I mean, they're just not tanky into this full damage team comp. We're just going to blow them up. They do respond this time with the top lane turret. They know they can't even bother with contesting this dragon because they're so far behind, and they don't really need to. It's only the surge. So they get a turret back in response finally. Ooh, an Ash ult coming out.
Into this
Chaos? Yeah, Chaos Storm does go ahead and spell shield that. Hippogriff has the ghost going. I think he's going to catch up here. He does not have... He gets pulled in, does not have anything. Oh, he flashes.
Flash forward on the Soraka. I'm not sure what that accomplished.
Yeah, Rook Stout finds him in the end.
He's dead.
Yeah. They did take them a lot to finally run him down and catch him, but at this point they can use whatever
Another
they
kill
want.
onto the Darius.
Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and start this Baron up here.
Fund that dead stance.
Now, they do know they're doing Baron because that word did just expire.
A little bit dangerous have your Soraka zone the rest of the team, but oh,
yeah.
Monkey gets pulled on the head.
Oh, unfortunate for Monkey there. Now, some ults coming in. Rook is almost falling down here. Oh, Hippogriff is Hippogriff is punched over, but he gets pushed back. Yeah. Rise ulti coming in. They finish off T-Skull there.
One of the more funny reactions in League of Legends that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Which
Azir ulted straight into the Rise port, back behind you again.
Right. I think, I don't think they really had any business being there, though. I mean,
yeah,
they still have no business being here. I mean, they're defending an Azir turret. Like,
yeah.
You guys need to back up, and they're actually going to get caught here, flashed onto.
Good. Yeah.
So many abilities and flashes coming out from Abraham's team here, just picking up these kills.
It was a good job from Chaos Storm to spell shield that Ash arrow, but
actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Seeing that Soraka ulti there with Hippogriff getting low, I think that may have been the first Soraka ult we've seen all game. Just because
we did have one before when they were fighting the top lane. It was a little bit hard to see, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but he just has not needed to use it this game.
Yeah,
they've
not
just
a lot
had
of
such
low health teammates.
Yeah, such dominating fights coming in. Yeah, it's not looking good for Control's getting team here. I really don't see them coming back from this, especially with this next drag coming up.
Yeah, we got 11k
soon.
here. It would take a miracle, I think.
Yeah, massive gold lead. They've got Baron right now. They're going to be able to keep extending it, and on top of that, a Soul is going to be coming up soon that they, just like last time, have no business defending.
230 on the drag.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, they need to turtle it out. They need to hope to get some gold into their carries and then maybe get some Ornn items, but...
Yeah, this Sivir is just so weak right now, and they can't even clear these waves, really.
Yeah, and Control's going to have trouble clearing waves, too. I mean, he's not that weak, but into the Baron. Oh, no, Control. Oh, no, Control has tried to make a very aggressive play.
Got him with the bounce.
Oh, man. I mean, I got to be totally honest here. Yeah, Abraham with the BM there. Yeah.
He got him good. That's
I'm sure he will be. I'm sure he'll be asking me immediately after, or you, if we caught that on stream.
Yeah,
But yeah, unfortunately for him. Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta be honest. I think that even with Control finding the ult there, I think Abraham still just kills him in one hit.
Maybe the possibility of the trade under the turret, but I think Control definitely still dies there.
Yeah, Abarn did so much damage on top of that. He didn't even need to touch his Seraphs, which is going to be a massive shield with as much mana as he has. So Control making, definitely, honestly, overall...
Best possible scenario would have been a trade, and I think that was a long shot, maybe.
Yeah, Tokyo Panda just gets killed by Darius and Ashe in the mid lane there. Not sure what he's doing, trying to defend that turret by himself. Hippogriff with an aggressive ghost forward, not really going to get anything out of it. But at this point, they don't really need to do anything to... slowly close out this game. Abrams teleporting top by himself.
Hit the turrets. Okay, it looks like they are going to reset. You don't play it safe. Get this top lane turret.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Snooze.
Apparently Abraham has called for the team to back off and just go top lane. I mean, I think they could have stayed and just slowly closed it out there, but they're just going for the
Zero balls
going
move
for the
there.
defensive play. Yeah. Which what's the drag timer here? How soon is that up? It's got to be real soon.
44.
Yeah, 40 seconds. So looks like they'll get this top turret. I do think they need to be a little careful here. Still just getting caught out by some damage. I think they got to start to be a little careful though. I mean, they have stayed around this for a very long time.
Yeah.
They do a lot of damage, but
3 definitely has got to have a lot of coin in the pockets. Granted, they had 11k gold lead before this.
oh, Dumandigo gets picked. Oh, very good play from Control. Control is actually going to pay for it here in dire return. Pokemon Panda actually trying to continue this engage. I don't think he wants that at all, even with his team following up. There's no world where they actually win that fight. It was a good trade from Control to pick off the
Really good pick, yeah, on the Soraka in the back line.
yeah.
But,
even with trading himself, he now removes the ability for this team to stick around and just heal up. However, with Pokemon Panda dying as well, they can stick around and just take this turret.
Silver too far.
Oh, he does not time it
Shield.
quite right. Spell Shield comes down, and he does catch the back end of the Spell Shield. Monkey being way too aggressive there on the
Monkey
Hippogriff.
just not
pulled right back in.
understanding that Darius is
man.
gonna one-shot him.
Oh man,
Holy moly.
that I think is gonna end up being game unless
Yeah.
Control can turn something around here. They're gonna actually get a few. No, the heal's
Yeah,
coming down.
they might be able to damage.
Tearing up the team here, getting very aggressive. Actually, just Control does not do enough damage to Abram here, and they're just gonna be able to wrap
I'm
up
gonna end
this
this
game.
thing.
That is a seriously convincing win from Abram's team there. Just the absolute stomp. It was what, like 2-19 there.
Yeah, definitely.
They really
just-
needed that game, not just for the win, but for their own like
What a
moral
difference
victory.
having your jungler be able to play the game.
Yeah, no kidding. So, my goodness, what a
Right.
game. That might be... It's going to be between this game and that troll game that Abrams' team tried to put onto you guys for the award of biggest stomp in TCL.
Yeah, not the fastest game. I believe we had a couple faster games, but under
Yeah,
30 minutes
absolutely.
still. Well,
Your
Control
guys'
actually
game-
doing a lot more damage than I thought.
Yeah, he did have some damage out there. I think we just weren't seeing the effects of it with that Soraka pick.
Yeah, just no damage really to back it up. That was the problem there.
Yeah, and Volibear behind. Yes, he's
Yeah.
a tank, but under 3k damage.
Almost getting out damaged by the Raka.
Crazy
That is
stuff.
going to feel bad.
Yeah. So very good game from Abrams' team there. They really needed that, obviously, just to, stay in the series. But also, the first game was not so convincing as a win as this was. But by the end of it, they were very far behind, and it had to have been a little bit of a tilter of a game. So they really
Yeah.
needed that to get themselves back in. So it'll be exciting to go back into this third game here. I think we're gonna have to see, just like in the first game, Abrams' team needed to change their draft strategy a little bit. I think we'll need to see the same thing from Control's draft strategy.
Yeah, I just don't think Control was really as comfortable on Azir. I know he plays a couple other scaling mages.
Yeah,
that I think would have been better.
Just from my experience with playing with Control, I know it's a champ he used to play a fair amount, but I don't think he's put much time onto it recently. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised to see him still function decently on it, but not be able to make some of the good big
Right.
plays. But
All right. Well, guess what, Blood?
what?
We got scrapes.
Oh boy.
All right, we're going to take a
that'll be
quick
great.
break, and we'll see you guys in about 5 again.
close. I want there to be a lot of kills, and I want it to last longer than 30 minutes.
Longer than 30 minutes. Wow.
Yes. Not too long, though,
Yeah.
because I don't want to be here until midnight. But I want a hard-fought battle from both teams here. I want to see a really good game. I don't want to see another stomp. But regardless, I'm excited. This is going to be a good game 3.
Yeah, both teams kind of playing scaling comps. Both games, however, neither one getting to true late game. So we'll see.
I gotta say, Espen in chat has asked if it's possible for both teams to lose. I'd have to unfortunately say no, although I would like that to happen.
Pretty sure that's a no.
But yeah, getting into draft here, I think we'll see fairly similar first 3 bans from each team. Yeah, there's the Ezreal. I think we'll probably see the Hecarim ban again. We'll see the Caitlyn ban.
Definitely see the Shen ban again.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that'll probably be the next 2. Would be the Shen Caitlyn from Abram's team.
Yep.
Whereas Control's team, I don't know. I would like to see
early. I mean, the
I would like
Rise
to
is
see.
working.
Yeah, the Rise ban. I'd like to see the Rise ban. I don't think that. Yeah, that's fair. The Darius onto Hippogriff, which now it's interesting though. I'm not sure if they're gonna throw the Fiora ban onto Hippogriff as well, or if they're going to. I don't know. Let
that's
that go
interesting.
through and
They hadn't
ban.
banned. They didn't look like they were scared of the Darius at all in the first game. Banned nor picked, but they've proven useful in game 2. So they're leaving the Fiora and going with just ban out everything they beat us with in the last game.
Yeah, and I like the Rise ban. I think they needed to do that because I think Abarn will play comfortably enough on that Control won't be able to bully him unless we maybe saw a LeBlanc pick from Control into that Rise to maybe be aggressive, but it looks like that's not what they wanted to do. We actually have
I
had.
believe that LeBlanc was banned against him last match as well. So
Yeah, it was. He did have the opportunity to pick it, and he didn't. But
oh, true.
we've
Before
seen-
before the second, yeah.
right, we've actually seen the Ashe first pick all 3 games. Which
Chaos
is very interesting.
Storm way more effective on the Ashe than he was on the Sivir. I know that was kind of a product of the game state, but that being said,
Right.
I expect him to do well on the Ashe again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a big comfort pick from him. I'm gonna check him real quick. Yeah, I mean, it actually looks like he's got a number of other more played champs. Caitlyn is definitely his most preferred, but
Abarn going with the Rise, just not scared of any counter picks at all.
yeah, going ahead and pick up that early Azir for.
Or yeah, the Azir. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by that because
Putting
I don't
T-Skull
know.
on comfort, I think, is a great idea.
ooh, the monkey Lulu.
Lulu, yeah. That is
That's gonna be fun.
it's a dangerous one right there.
Yeah, that is a solid pick for Monkey coming in. Yeah, this is looking to be kind of an exciting draft already. I'm a little surprised by this early Azir pick from Abarn, purely because I don't think it's like, I think if Control takes it from him, he doesn't care because Control showed he wasn't very effective on it. Maybe he's just trying to not let it go through to the second ban phase. Ooh, a Twitch from Luciv.
Wow.
Very spicy. Very
So we
spicy
got
pick.
Twitch Azir. That's a lot of scaling.
Twitch Azir Soraka is all a lot of scale. Like if
Yeah.
if Abarn's team gets to late game this time, I don't know that Control's team has a chance.
Okay,
I
they
mean,
don't want to play against the Ornn if they can't have the Darius.
yeah, that's good. Which I believe Pokemon Panda picked Ornn both of the last 2 games,
Yeah.
so be curious to see.
His other most played, I think, as far as TCL, would be the Shen, so we'll see what he goes to.
Yeah, looking at his page here, he could possibly go for, maybe we might see a Set or Volibear from him possibly, or maybe an Urgot.
Okay. More bans to the top lane here. Got get rid
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
Fiora.
Throw the Fiora ban, which at this point Hippogriff's, at least from his TCL picking, his next most played is probably going to be that Set. We may see the Set come in again, which
Yeah, both
could
players
be-
angling towards that set, maybe.
yeah, I'm curious which team will manage to pull the set. Which if
Abarn's team has the first pick coming out of the bans here, so they may just grab it.
they
blind.
do, I would actually love to see Pokemon Panda's team ban set right now. That would be
That would
I
be
think
big brain.
such a good play because
Yeah.
Hippogriff then is left with like Yasuo and Yone as his next most played.
Yeah, and that ain't happening. Okay, so they get rid
Okay,
of the Vi.
that's fair too. I mean, Rook did play very aggressively on the Vi, but Abraham's team needs to pick set here. They need to pick set really bad.
Yeah,
'Cause
and I
Hippogriff-
think they'll finish out the comp with the Sejuani, given that it's not contested anyway. They can pick the set here and leave the Sejuani to last.
And if they do that, I mean, that is a very, very solid front line for their
Yeah.
already very damage-heavy back line.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they
Okay.
picked the
Jarvan.
Jarvan.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm surprised they didn't pick set.
Just lock
I'm-
somebody in place so the Twitch
So-
can beat them up.
Yeah, I think we see set from Pokemon Panda here, and I think Hippogriff may want to see that set pick and possibly pick something a little more aggressive like Yasuo or Yone. Because if they pick set for Pokemon Panda, that's what Hippogriff has left. So I'm very curious about this top lane matchup. We
I'm-
actually still see neither.
I am
Syndra coming in
certain
for
we will
control.
not see a Yasuo or a Yone in this game.
But what does he have left? Though? I mean,
I
I'm
don't
looking
know,
at
but
his,
it's not gonna be those.
I'm looking at his op.gg right now, and beyond Darius, Shen, Fiora, and Set, his next two would be Yasuo
There
and
is
Yone. And then
no
he's got like
way that
2 or
Abarn will
3
allow
games.
that in game
2 or
3.
2 or 3 games. No, they're gonna pick Urgot. Dang it! I really, really wanted Control's team to grab that set from them.
Yeah,
I'm
because
disappointed.
now we can just go the set, or maybe he's thinking about the Aatrox here.
Yeah, if he goes Aatrox, I'm looking at his op.gg. He's 3 games with a
Yeah.
0% win rate in ranked, and he's gonna go ahead. And
Well,
pick
we're
this
gonna
Aatrox.
see what the percentage is in TCL because we got it.
Which I don't know. If I'm Aburn, like I understand he wants to be careful about putting a Yone or a Yasuo top lane, but I don't know that I'm that much more comfortable putting an Aatrox that doesn't know how to play Aatrox. I'm not making any claims.
I see what
about
you're saying.
Hippogriff.
Uh,
I don't know if he knows how to play Aatrox or not, but I know he definitely knows
Yeah.
how to play Yasuo a lot better. than
There's a lot to
Aatrox,
be said
so-
about putting your players on, even if it's not a good champ for the team comp. You got to put them on somebody they know how to play.
Yeah, and they've already got 2 knockups with Azir and Jarvan anyways. Why wouldn't you just put it on Yasuo? Whatever. Doesn't matter. But, yeah, I think if there's ever a game to see the Yasuo from Hippogriff, it would have been this game, but they're not going to let it through.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know how the matchup is in an Urgot, but I imagine it's not completely horrible.
No, I mean, you can block a lot of damage with your Windmill there. But, yeah, I like the last 2 picks from Control's team here with the Urgot Syndra. It's
Yep.
kind of rounding out a lot of damage from their comp. Good AoE, good kind of half frontliner. Both champions function well with Lulu. Whereas for Abraham's team, I like the Jarvan pick. I've shared my opinion about the Aatrox pick.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I liked everything up to the
overall-
Aatrox, I'll be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Aatrox, he's going to do a lot of jumping around into the back line and messing people up, and maybe that's what they were just looking for. Have the Twitch come in on the side.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I think in these fights, we're actually just gonna see Syndra one-shot Aatrox in the front line. He's gonna come up and try and get a little too
Dude,
aggressive.
I don't know
and
if you're
Syndra's gonna
familiar
blow him
with
up.
Death's Dance, but you can't one-shot people with that item.
But
happen.
I mean, if there's a champ that could do it, it's Syndra because you just press R and they die. So
True. Yeah. If this
But
Aatrox
regardless-
gets even a little bit behind, we will probably see that.
yeah, and regardless, if you had picked Yasuo, he can win wall. Not only
Oh,
the Syndra ult,
just
but
another
the Ashe ult.
positive for the Yasuo pick.
Oh my goodness, I'm disappointed. I wanted to see that Yasuo pick from Hippogriff here, but whatever. Yeah, but overall, comps overall, I think we're going to see a lot more damage from Abraham's team going into the late game, as long as they're not getting picked by anything like the Ashe ult. I think they do win these late game team fights. However, in the early game, I think Jarvan's a pretty comfortable champ for Rook, and I think he's good at ganking with it. However, T-Skull on the Nunu, I have seen
Yeah.
is a little hit or miss with the Smite combo on Nunu.
Yeah. I would agree with that. However, it is one of his most played, if not his most played,
Right.
and he definitely has a high win rate on it. Certainly super comfortable on it, although I do think he is lacking in that one mechanic. Rook's stout kind of on a champion, very similar to like kind of the goals of Vi as well, where he can get in and do some early skirmishing. And hopefully that is going to, well, Abarn is hoping that that's going to be the key to their victory again.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, despite, like you were saying, I mean, T-School has a lot of new games. And so despite maybe being a little inconsistent with the combo, I think that if he is on his A game, he will be in position for objectives early, and he may be able to swing some early drags for control and possibly start putting the pressure on that soul for their team.
Yeah. The other part of getting Dragon that we haven't really talked about is this bot lane matchup, and it looks heavily in the favor of Team Control.
Yeah, absolutely.
For early, mid, up until late, when you get this Twitch, that's huge. So we'll see how that plays out in lane. Ash Lulu definitely has the slowing ability to just murder you.
Yeah,
So-
I think if Rook can get one early dragon for his team between the first three,
Yeah,
I
where
think
they don't
they'll
have
be in
to
a little
fight
more.
the second and the third. That would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it'll be a little more comfortable position for them, and then they could possibly giving up. We're actually seeing 2 cleanses from Elusive and Abarn here, which is not surprising with the Ash, but
Right.
still that very, very. I don't know how to describe it. It's not a lane winning summoner spell, so
It's a defensive spell for sure.
very defensive, and then Abarn not having the TP, I don't think will necessarily be bad for them, but I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I think just like previous games, we're just going to see the 5-point coming in. No invades, and Control's team doing the same thing. T-Skull not really worried about sitting in the mid lane.
Yeah, they just
Not
kind of
regular
swapped
position.
positions on that.
Abarn already walking over a ward that was early placed down. He's going to go ahead and put a ward onto.
And I guess that's why
Mid
we
blue.
see the jungle goes mid and the mid lane goes to that bush. Because when the jungler backs, you don't get that ward.
Minions have spawned.
Rook angling to maybe start top, and T-Skull starting bot. Switching it up.
Yeah, I think I like this from Rook. Rook has shown that he always wants to do the buff to buff, grab a quick level 3, and then go in for an early gank. However, I would love to see from Rook a red buff level 1, immediate gank level 2 onto control, possibly burn a flash. If we could see that kind of aggressive play, that would be fun.
Unfortunately,
However,
they do have a ward for that.
right, they do. And he's not going to go for it anyways. He's just going to go buff to buff again. On the flip side, though, T-Skull
Oh, going into
T-Skull
the
has
invade.
started blue and is already, or excuse me, started red and now is already going for the invade. He's going to be spotted by Rook.
Scouts it out.
Oh man, he's not even. Oh no, this is bad. He's not even gonna attempt to fight for it. He's just gonna see that Rook is already there and immediately leave and go to his Raptor camp. So, if T-Skull continues his full clear, he's gonna be very behind Rook this time around, which is not what you want on the Nunu. When you're already gonna be a little behind him on the ganks because Jarvan just wants to gank super early. He's now going to be behind him on the farm as well. So Rook doing his standard path of buff grump. He's now going to be looking to pressure aggressively in the bot lane. He's going to walk over a ward, but
He's seen on that ward. It's level
Chaos Storm.
3. His team's
yeah,
not
he
going to be
just
able to
bought a-
follow up on it anyway.
Yeah. Which at this point, Rook looks like he's just going to go ahead and posture back and just farm up to the top side. Oh, Pokemon Panda. Oh man, he's getting some early trades there onto Hippogriff's Aatrox there, just getting some poke down with the Q and some of the procs around the.
Yeah, that's going to burn their
The
early
legs.
teleport. Urgot can
Yeah.
potentially stay in this lane.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he
look like
could.
he wants it at half.
Now he wants to be careful. Which, if I were him in this scenario, I would want to at least put a little bit of damage down on the Hippogriff before I go. possibly burn that first potion.
And
But
the trick is to do that without dying, though.
yeah, I mean, I think Urgot's pretty comfortable doing that, but oh well. We
Yeah,
see,
as long as you had saved your dash to dash out, that potentially would be alright.
okay. Scuttle trade on both sides. T-Skull gonna go ahead and get in there and do a little bit of counter jungling already. Look, Rook is
Just staying high in the mid lane, you know?
yeah, he's just walking through, saying hello.
Gather a
Maybe
little XP. Junglers need XP, you know?
I think maybe he knew somehow that Nunu was up there. I don't know. Nunu's actually gonna go ahead and get the gank starting on Abarn here. Abarn's just gonna dash out. Are we back?
Yep.
We're good?
Sorry, I had to
Okay.
fix something.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Nothing happened anyways that was very exciting, so nobody worry about it. Rook is responding to the counter jungle with a little bit of counter jungling of his own.
Yeah, we got mid lane. Abarn just constantly perma pushing this Syndra.
Yeah, CS across the board is still pretty even. Slight leads from the lanes of Abarn's team, but Abarn is going to force Control to back pretty early. However, Control does have the TP to come right back in. Hippogriff seems to have maybe figured this matchup out a little bit. Maybe he just took a bad trade early. Yeah, Control's TP back in. It's a good trade onto Abarn, but nothing too exciting happening so far. Which, if things keep going this way, I mean, Nunu is not posturing for early drag. I think he could go for a drag like now if he wanted to, but he's not going for it. He's still just farming up. If things keep going this way, I gotta say,
Yeah.
I give Abrams team the edge here. However, Hippogriff, oh no, Hippogriff has been thrown back in. He has no flash. Nunu's coming in with this snowball, and that's just gonna be her first blood on the Hippogriff. Hippogriff did not have a ward there, just playing way too aggressively. At that point, if he didn't have a word, he needs to shove the wave in and then get out and let it reset. But
No teleport, no flash. This is going to be pretty costly, I would imagine.
yeah, T-Skull sees that opportunity, picks up a kill, and the kill does go correctly onto Tokimon Panda here. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good lead for Tokimon in the top lane.
Although it looks like Hippogriff not going to miss too much. Not able to push in that wave very quickly at all at this point in the game with just a Dorn's Blade.
No, I think at that point you want the Nunu to help you push that in, but
Yeah,
regardless,
definitely.
we'll still be ahead. Still be ahead from the first kill. First blood. Rook has gone ahead and started the dragon here. They do have the pink down, they do have a bit of vision. I think
Alright,
Rook had
spotted
been
on the hog
seen.
shot.
I think Rook was seen doing this on the ward back there. So T-Skull's gonna see him come in. Rook's taking a chunk of damage already. Dude Mandigo may be able to heal him up. T-Skull's actually a little bit caught out here. He's gonna be able to walk out taking maybe half damage. Rook goes in for the play onto Control. Control is forced to flash out in response. Gonna get the return. Oh, he almost kills Rook's out there. Is not able to finish him off, and then Abarn goes in with the ulti and finishes Control off in return.
Abarn almost killing his jungler there, ulting
Yeah.
that Syndra back onto his 1 health Jarvan.
Yeah, just about. Hippogriff is roamed down here. Tokyo Panda has showed up as well. We've got a very extended fight here. Pretty low health bars overall, but they are up a guy on the side of
Yeah.
Abarn's team. Does not
Given
look like
the
they
time
want
of
to
the
actually.
game, he's already respawned and halfway back to drag, so no one's going to get this drag right now, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Abrams' team is at the point that they've stuck around a little too long on their low health bars, and now the controls showed back up. It's like they want to position aggressively. Hippogriff is kind of found himself away from his team here, has been exhausted, and is just going to get or got ulted and pulled back in. Dude Mandingo is a little bit up aggressively as well. Elusive has showed up. Monkey's forced to flash out. This is just a very, very
We're
extended
still
fight with
fighting over this drag.
a couple random kills here and there from both teams. Rook is not in a position whatsoever to be helping with this dragon. He's got no mana. Probably will hit 5 off that camp.
Pokemon
Pokemon
flashing
Panda
in.
aggressively onto Abarn. Really gonna get anything out. Well, actually, he may be able to finish Abarn out if he can
Still
get
got
another
flash.
Q. Abarn does still have flash. Abarn will be fine to just walk out. However, they have zoned Abarn's team out enough that they were able to pick up that dragon. Overall, I don't think that's that bad for Abarn's team, though. I mean, they trade kills 1-for-1. They have stalled the first dragon out to 8:30. I mean, I think if T-School really wanted to, his bot lane could have shoved in and helped him take one in like 5 minutes or 6.
Yeah.
However, Urgot has picked up a second kill now in the top lane, and while he is behind a little bit in farm, and there is a wave going towards Hippogriff as well. I think
He is
Tokyo
not
Panda
going
will be in
to
a
go receive. Alright,
Yeah.
he's going to get it now. He needs to get that
Yeah.
wave. It's like 3 waves.
Yeah, good on T-School to be attempting this Herald. However, Rook has found them with the Scryan Orb.
Level
Or
6 on
Scrying
T-Skull,
Plant.
level 5 on Rook Stout. He's a bit down.
Yeah, Rook's team's not really in a position to help. However, Rook looks like he wants to maybe go. Oh no, he, like what I was saying earlier, he's inconsistent with that combo. He does it a little too early. Rook's able to just jump in and steal it, and they're gonna finish off T-Skull. Control is a little too and Pokemon is a little too
Pokemon
late
might-
to help out with this.
Yeah, he's got ult for Rook.
No,
Okay,
they're
never mind.
just gonna jump out. Yeah, I mean, it was a good start from Control's team. Unfortunately, T-Skull has messed up his combo, and Pokemon Panda was a little later than Aatrox to show up, and Aber's team's just able to capitalize that and take it right back. So, pretty even gold lead. Objectives are now even. They've got the Herald to potentially use. I'd like to see it go down really in the bot lane. I
Yeah.
think to
This
give your bot lane a
Twitch,
slight edge.
Yeah, this Twitch has got a sneaky little advantage here now with the CS a little bit and grabbing a plate there nice and early.
Yeah.
That was pretty big.
Yeah, and seeing the... Oh, we actually have a fight here in the top lane. Hippogriff has been engaged on.
Not sure how much Rook can...
Oh, Pokemon Panda... Oh man, Pokemon Panda has thrown the ult down onto Hippogriff and starts to fight, but he just stands there for Hippogriff's Qs, and Hippogriff lands all the Qs on him. And Abarn runs up as well, and they managed to actually clean that up in a 3v2. Good play from Abarn's team there to collapse on that. I think,
Looks like they're going to try and lay that in the top lane.
yeah, that'll be... It's a good place to put it at this point, because there can't be really a defense from the jungler to help out, even though Pokemon Panda is just teleported up there. Although I don't know that... Calfstorm getting very aggressive on Elusive here. I don't think he's going to be able to get him through the Soraka heal. Yeah, Soraka does throw the ult down.
Yeah, pulled the ult out of Soraka. That's actually pretty big. The next skirmish, we're seeing a lot of 3v3s. Top side, that's not going to be available.
Right. T-Skull giving the blue buff over to Syndra here. Hippogriff with a decent CS lead between the...
Abarn
Wow,
right
Abarn's-
on the
Abarn's-
edge of tower range there. Just
Yeah, Abarn is
Tower
comfortably
plays.
playing his lead on control here. He knows he can out damage him at this point. He's behind a little bit in farm. I'd like to see T-Skull kind of capitalize on that. I mean, Abarn has been playing very aggressive in this whole lane.
Yeah, he's
And
been
while
at that tower the whole game.
Yeah,
Come
Control's
gank him.
been a little behind, but not that much. I mean, he'll still destroy Abarn should he get some help from T-Skull. We're just going to pick up the Scuttle. Also going to run into Control here, find him. They have to be very careful around the Syndra. Syndra does do good damage right now. Across the board, still fairly even. I think the biggest difference at this point is going to be that jungle difference, because Rook has picked himself up a couple kills here.
Yeah, we got
One
1200 in the jungle. And 400
Barely.
in mid.
Yeah, fairly even across the board. I mean, sub 500, but aside from jungle, good damage there from Hippogriff. Pokemon Panda had that decent early lead. I gotta say the one thing I think that he has hurt himself big on is that early Bramble Vest. When you're against an Aatrox in lane, he will proc the Bramble Vest on himself in extended fights, but he's just going to poke you out with Q damage and still heal off of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how effective the Brandable Vest super early is, especially if you get that first blood.
Right, I think you want a more aggressive, which
A
actually
little bit of
looks like
damage would have been nice.
Pokemon kind of looks like he wants to go in on Hippogriff here, which if he can land another Q, I think he can get him. He doesn't want to go for it. We've got a next drag spawning at this point. Looks like Abarn's team is going to be getting down the position for it early. Abarn taking a big chunk there, still getting a little too aggressive, gets himself stunned. However, I think Dingle will just heal him up here. They're in a better position here to do this dragon. However, Control's team has seen it and is coming to respond, although Ash is a little behind. We may see an Ash ult coming in here shortly. T-School comes in, Rook secures it with his smite.
Three-man Syndra stun.
Well, it's a good engage onto a Control from Rook, but he's not able to get Control. T-School tries to defend against the rest of the team. It just gets blown up at the front. Pokemon Panda has showed up. Aatrox is not actually here. This could be a little bit of an overstay from Abrams' team. Burn Polymorph before he can get the ulti off. The TP coming in from Hippogriff. Rook is going to get ulted by Tokimon. He does get the fear off on multiple people. Tokimon's actually still alive from Monkey. Elusive almost goes down. Now Hippogriff is in the front line getting very aggressive on them, but he's getting kited out by this Ash and actually slowly getting low. Control looks like he wants to re-engage. Gets the stun off onto a couple people. Gets the Q. Abraham tries to go back in. Misses the ulti and is just going to get killed.
No.
Oh, man. A little bit too much of a aggressive, kind of desperate play from Abraham there. I mean, even if he gets that ulti off, he doesn't really get any follow-up from his team. His team is too low and needs to leave.
Yeah, I guess in my opinion, they had already gotten everything they wanted.
Oh,
that
yeah,
dragon
absolutely.
play. They got the dragon. They got a trade 1-for-1, I think.
Yeah.
You TP in your Aatrox, nothing happens. Just disengage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So a little bit of an overstay. Still good for them to get the dragon. Still not bad for them overall, but not great for them to be giving a random kill back like that. They do still have a reasonable lead in this game, but you have to be careful about that. Also, Twitch is starting to get a little scary at this point. He's just as farmed as anyone else and is now getting his what is that called? Mirror mana starting to get stacked up, which, I'll be honest, I don't see much Twitch these days, and I haven't seen much Twitch since he started building, or ADCs in general, started building the tier item. So, I don't know how much more damage it does than it would than just like crit, i.e.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot on Twitch. Not really one of those champions you'd expect to see it on, but once he gets it stacked, it's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, for sure. Pokemon Panda is still, despite having picked up another kill, still a little behind in farm in the bot lane, and is now also behind in his completion of Black Cleaver. So I think Aatrox will just be able to continue. Ooh, Abraham with a very aggressive play onto Control. Control does have to burn Flash, and Monkey has to burn the... Oh, Rook has gone in very aggressively as well. They're going to actually be able to finish off Control there. The Ash ult goes through everyone. T-Skull channeling the ulti. Soraka ult comes down in return. T-Skull is going to go down as well. Chaos positioning a little too aggressively. Rook is staying on Monkey. No more kills are going to come out, but that's a good combination of a pick from Abarn into following up on that pick from Rook in order to finish off Syndra after she had to flash out and receive the Lulu ulti. Looks like they're going to want to start this Herald here as well. Twitch has already started it, which I don't think Control's team can do anything about it. So another objective goes over to Abarn's team now. That is now 2 Heralds and a Dragon to just a Dragon. It's like they've caught Chaos a little bit. I don't think Chaos is going to go down here. No, Chaos comes back and gets a little too aggressive and is just brought down. T-Skull is coming in and Control is back as well. Abarn's team does have to be careful. They do need to get out, but you're going to be fine to just pick up another random kill.
Nice
just
little mini bug there.
Yeah, just from
Classic.
Chaos being a little too aggressive there. But
Yeah, I don't know if you
overall,
missed
this
forward or if they thought they were re-engaging. They did have T-Skull rolling down mid, but not for a bit yet.
yeah, maybe he just didn't expect the damage from Abarn, but I mean, Abarn's on an item, and I don't know if he had an item half the time, but I believe he had the completed item. I mean, you got to be careful as an ADC when you're half health. But we're gonna have Dragon coming up in the next minute again. Abrams' team is in a very excellent position, so we're just going to drop this Herald here to pressure this tower, and also try and get Control off. T-Skull is here to respond. We can have maybe a 2v2, which Abrams' team definitely wins just because of how fed Abarn is. I think the Herald is going to go down before the turret drops. Monkey has showed up mid to help defend this turret, and they're not going to be able to
Now we
finish
got
off
Dragon
just yet.
at 30 here.
Gotta say, I would have... Oh, very aggressive play from Rook onto T-Skull there. Abarn is getting free damage off onto him during this ulti. Although, the Syndra damage comes in, almost finishes off Abarn.
Big
Not
shutdown.
quite. Monkey is doing all he can to help in this. Big shutdown onto the Aburn there. They've traded 2 for 1 at this point, but they're going to be able to finish off Rook there with the TP and
Fortunately,
Kentucky
that
Panda.
shutdown going on to Monkey on the Lulu, but
Yeah, very unfortunate. Now
regardless,
that's-
he's dead.
Yeah, it is good for them. Now, during that, it looked like Elusive and Dude Mandingo were able to find Chaos Storm in the bot lane by himself without Monkey and pick up another kill there. And then Aatrox has gotten some free time in the top lane during that Pokemon Panda TP and is now further increasing his gold lead. Hippogriff getting very aggressive here. Maybe a little too aggressive, although Dude Mandingo has showed up to help protect
And that
him.
healing.
Yeah, Pokemon Panda is going to go down here to the Twitch. Oh man, barely is saved there from the old the Ashwell comes out onto the Soraka. Soraka is going to go down here, which very aggressive play from Abarn's team there. I gotta say, it's honestly going to be a little too much. If they can get a good return onto Abarn here, if they can kill Abarn, they can secure this dragon for sure, because there is no healing.
They did just trade top for support, so you would generally think that'd be in the favor of TSS3.
Well, the only thing for that would be that Hippogriff was too low. He had to leave and is now TPing back. T-Skull getting aggressive onto Abarn here. At the same time, Rook is going back in with Elusive onto the back line. T-Skull walks out. Rook is trying to finish Chaos. He is going to get him. Elusive, fairly comfortable distance from Monkey and Control. Rook with the flash EQ gets Monkey. Control has now run face first into a Twitch.
The one shot on the Twitch.
Oh man. That is a major ADC in 2020
Elusive
right
just
there.
forgetting that Syndra had an R button.
Yeah, Elusive tries to flank around
Oh.
Syndra, which maybe is fine if you maintain your distance, but he walks face first into her, receives a QE ult and just insta dies. Good
That's why
return
you
kill.
don't flank on the ADC.
Yeah, especially into a mid laner. But good return kill from Control.
That was a
He does get
shutdown as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 650 gold kill, which is going to be huge for Control to pick that back up. Now, unfortunately, in spite of all of that, T-Skull was not able to get back in to the fight, was zoned out on the side while they engaged onto their backline. They picked up the backline, picked up the dragon, and are now looking at a 5k gold lead with multiple objectives. Pokemon Panda
That was a good chunk.
he wasn't even that close to them, but Abarn with the range on Azir is able to just chunk him out from his comfortable distance. Abarn's team is possibly looking to turn this into a Baron soon. They got the vision around it, and they're taking the...
With Abarn bot, I would imagine.
Got all.
Yeah, now that they're spotted up, that's not...
Yeah, no, they're not. But Skull kind of looking to get in there. Abarn's team has very good wards here. Hippogriff is playing very aggressive with this Azir tower here. T-Skull is taking a lot of damage. T-Skull is actually going to go down to the finish. Oh no, the Ash ult misses. The Syndra ult is not quite enough to finish off the Aatrox, and Aatrox will be able to just get out with the T-Skull.
What happened with the Urgot ult there? Did it time out?
Yeah, I think it either timed out or maybe he was just right on the range of being low enough. I'm not sure, but regardless, I gotta say, Hippogriff is very lucky there. He really deserved to die, but he barely,
1v3 plus an
barely
Azir
managed
turret.
to get out. During all of that, though, Abarn has gone bot lane with his very big lead and has taken another turret for his team.
Yeah, he's up almost 2k individually.
Yeah. Could you go back to that view real quick? Let's see. Yeah, jungle is up almost. It's 3.5k.
Oh my
That is-
goodness, T-Skull is 4.
Yeah, absolutely massive. Although
Ooh.
they're trying to catch Abarn here. Abarn is a little bit by himself. Monkey's going to come in. The flash from Pokemon Panda, the dash does not land. Abarn's team is there to follow up. They're not going to be able to kill him. Abarn gets healed back up, and they're just going to tear through Control's front line. Control gets some return damage. Rook gets the knockup onto him. Hippogriff is killing the bot lane over on the side there. Abarn is probably going to... Yeah, they're going to be able to finish off Control there. Oh, man. That is a bad turn of events for Control's team there. They thought they had a pick onto Abarn. They got his flash. Abarn's team was following up, and they didn't know about it because they had no wards. And Abarn's team follows up, finishes everyone off. Dude Mandingo heals Abarn back up, and now they're going to get at least 2 inhibs for this. Looking very grim for Control's team here.
Huge play there with all 4 of Abarn's team members just ready at the wings to defend him
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
quite a ways away. Abarn covered some serious distance in that bot jungle just to zero
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, for sure. Between the EQ out, ulting the Urgot away, and then flashing, and also unfortunately for Pokemon Panda tried to flash and then E Abarn back, and he actually eased into the wall a little bit. He's not able to throw Abarn back into his team. Looking very scary for Control's team here. They're gonna really need to
Yeah, this is a huge
turtle this
gold
out
lead.
and potentially find a pick if they can. Get some damage on Elusive. That is the biggest thing going for Control's team
Soraka
is
down. CNTRL might have done the trick there.
possibly Soraka did have the heal up, but yeah, that's what Control's team has going for him. Control does do a lot of damage, and there isn't serious tankiness from Abraham's team yet, because Rook has gone a fairly health-heavy build with no magic resist. So maybe if they can find a pick onto somebody and let Control get some damage, or maybe if they run into a poor Baron attempt. But regardless, if Abraham's team is just playing this comfortably with their 9k gold lead,
Yeah.
they should be able to close this one out
As soon as
fine.
Control is able to finish this Morels, they will have healing reduction on 4 out of 5 members.
Yeah, that is a lot of healing reduction. Which,
They
I
do
mean,
have a
you need
Soraka
it.
and
against-
Aatrox, but
Yeah, you need it.
It's sad
need
that
it for
that's
sure.
necessary.
They've started the Baron. They've been spotted out by the Hawk Shot. Mandingo there to zone a little bit. They're doing this so incredibly quickly. The Ashel comes in, the Nunu comes in. They're just a little too late though. T-Skull goes in for the engage. Flash ults onto Control. Control's now been zero ulted back in and just gets slaughtered. They don't have the damage to take out Rook from his very far engage either, and Mandingo is just healing the team back up.
Should probably do it.
That should definitely be game. I mean, Control is their biggest source of damage and has been picked by Abarn and Rook again.
Ash is not going to wave clear 2 Baron waves in a 3v5.
Absolutely not. So unless they can maybe get some kind of a stall out for those teammates to come back up, this should be a win for Abarn's team.
You need
But
a
the
hero
turret
play.
coming down. Yeah, team's turret's going down so
No,
quickly.
it's time
That'll
way
be
too
game.
fast.
Nothing they can do. That'll be game for Team Abarn. Another fairly convincing win from them. They're just slightly ahead and slowly grew that lead the whole game.
Yeah, I
And,
think there were just a couple of probably early to mid skirmishes with T-Skull getting caught out and just immediately blown up that really got, it got Hippogriff back in the game and it got Abarn fed. Because Hippogriff was losing early and that really just spelled disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a rough series for Control's team. Looked strong out the bat, but then really struggled in those next 2 games. On the flip side, though, strong series from Abarn after that. Abarn's team after that first game. And
Yeah.
congratulations to them for being the only.
Only undefeated team now. And I would say
Yeah.
one of the main differences that Abarn changed there was Rook's out on an aggressive early jungler where he's not going to get put behind, and Dude Mandingo on that Soraka just pretty much
absolutely.
positioning perfectly. I mean, 0-1-14. Like, what else can you ask for?
Absolutely agree. I mean, I think speaking from our own experience on my team against Abarn's team, the game we beat them on was kind of a similar situation. I don't remember if Rook was on something more defensive or not, but I don't remember what Dude Mandingo played bot, but it wasn't Soraka. And then he played Soraka the next 2 games, and we
night
just
and
weren't
day,
able to
yeah.
get through their bot lane.
Yep.
So, hey, for any teams that are going up against Abarn's team, you may want to ban that Soraka from Dude Mandingo. He's shown that he can be very...
trade secrets, man.
Yeah, he's shown he can be very comfortable on that champion, can kite back very well, heal his team up.
Yeah.
So
Just a
either
quick
you
look
get...
at this damage graph. I mean, Control was doing the damage if he could have got
Absolutely.
a little bit more assistance, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you
If-
can
if
see,
he-
Twitch has not scaled yet.
Yeah, and that was no Twitch in that game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Almost out damaged by Nunu. Entirely A-Barn Rook show there, getting the engages. So well played from A-Bird's team. Congratulations again for the win and being the currently only undefeated team. And yeah, that'll be our last game for TCL Week 4, and we will be going into next week with the final week of TCL before our playoffs start.
Yeah. Good luck, everyone, this week.